Welcome in to the 56th game of the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by our good friends over at Zappos. The 26 and 24 Savannah Bananas take on the Florida Collegiate Summer League All-Stars. The Bananas 8-3 against challengers on a 4-game win streak. And looking to make it 5 straight. Let's take a look at how they'll line it up defensively here on a beautiful Saturday night in Savannah, Georgia. From left to right in the outfield, Michael Deeb, D.R. Meadows, and Vinny DeRubius. From third to first in the infield, Jackson Olsen, Ryan Cox, Danny Hosley, and Dan Oberst. Behind the dish tonight is Bill Leroy and his battery mate on the mound, Kyle Lewigs.
It's got to be a defense that Cowboy Kyle is fired up to have behind him. He loves having Ryan Cox at shortstop and Danny Hosley managing second base. And you talk about Vinny DeRubius out there in right field. You're kind of surprised Noah Bridges is the extra hitter in this ball game, but Tyler Gillum and Adam Byron really love what Michael Deeb does in left field for them.
And DeRubius, just that one trick play, but it was possibly the best we've seen on the tour. I'd put it right up there with the Acuff and Baber behind the back bounce double play. Here's what Cowboy Kyle Lewigs has done for the Nanners on the tour. This is his 6th year with the team, 2nd as a professional, a tour high with those 107 1/3 innings pitched, and that MPI at 4 minutes and 41 seconds keeps getting lower as he cruises into July.
He's dropped it 18 seconds since starting the month of June. It's amazing what Kyle Lewigs is doing. He has wins in all 4 of his challenger starts this season, and challengers batting just .220 against him. Opponents overall on the season batting .282 against Kyle. And then you talk about that 3-0 June record and then a win to start July. You have a feeling Kyle Lewigs is just going to continue this run of dominance tonight.
Let's take a look at the Collegiate All-Stars lineup. It's pretty similar to what they drew up last night. Just a couple changes. Austin Brindling is moved up into the leadoff spot. The center fielder, Michael Ballard, the second baseman, will hit second. Cole Russo, the first baseman, hits third. Nelson Taylor, the extra hitter, cleaning it up. Jesse De La Cruz, the DH, hitting 5th. Kai Hudson at short, hitting 6th. Jack Stokes hitting 7th and playing left. Chase Bruno at the hot corner, hitting 8th. Anthony Gonzalez is catching and hitting 9th. And Dylan Brazel, the right fielder, will round out the 10 that Matt Swederski has starting this evening. Here comes Jesse Cole to fire the folks up.
It is time. So on 3, I need everyone here to yell, "Start the clock." 1, 2, 3. Showtime.
And start the clock we shall, Mr. Cole. We'll see what Austin Brindling, the center fielder, can do against Cowboy Kyle. He worked a ball 4 sprint against Jared Donaldson in the first inning last night. Remember, we got 2 frames in before lightning and a torrential thunderstorm came on in and washed away the ball game. An absolute shame as these collegiate superstars are all bought in on Banana Ball and looking to make a statement, trying to break up the Nanners' 4-game winning streak against challengers. That one scrapes the bottom of the zone, 1-1 count. The man transferring to the University of South Carolina via the University of North Florida. That one bounces off Cowboy Kyle. The barehanded flip to first from Danny Hosley is late. And Kyle, besides himself, throws away his glove in disgust.
Yeah, you rarely see that from Kyle Lewigs, and you would think with the guy getting that many balls being hit back to him, he would have fielded that cleanly. That is an unfortunate error for Mr. Lewigs to start this ball game.
Grounded out to first in his lone plate appearance last night. That one lined into center field, a base knock. And the Florida Collegiate Summer League All-Stars with a heck of a start. 2 men on, nobody gone.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Michael Ballard. And here's the thing about these Collegiate All-Stars. I think they know these Bananas pitchers want to throw strikes. You know how costly sprints can be. So they're looking for those good pitches to try and drive them and get those base knocks. This is a good start for them.
Here comes the donut hitter for the Florida League All-Stars. If he strikes out, the 213th straight sold-out crowd here at Grayson Stadium will be blessed with free donuts, courtesy of Dunkin' Donuts. This one cranked down the right field line. That is not a K. One hop to Vinny DeRubius, and Brindling gets the stop sign at third. Good job by Bill Leroy. Uses the bare hand to knock that down. 95 miles per hour off the bat of the Florida League All-Star Zone TikTok superstar. Cole Russo with over 200,000 followers on the talk. And we'll probably get a couple more after that line drive knock.
And man, this is a guy, I didn't see him in the shorts last night in this ball game. He's rocking the Garrett Delanos out there, and man, seems to be working out for him. That's some banana ball fun.
Sticky situation for Cowboy Kyle. He's had 5 straight excellent starts and now sets his sights on a man who's probably going to be selected in the 2023 MLB draft. If he doesn't, he's transferring to Florida State University. Nelson Taylor, the extra hitter, worked a ball 4 sprint last night. He's got a 1-1 count on him. Coming off an excellent season at Polk State College. His sophomore campaign, he represents the Sanford River Rats. And that's on a couple hops, knocked down by Danny Haas. The only play he has is at first base. It'll be an unearned run that crosses as Brindling touches home safely. And deja vu, back-to-back nights. The Florida League All-Stars strike first. And once again, it's their leadoff hitter who comes around to score. Ballard over at third, Russo up to second. Bananas bring the infield in for Jesse De La Cruz, who led last night's ball game off by coming aboard and scoring. Vinny DeRubius grabs that one. A howitzer home. The tag is not in time because the ball got away from Bill Leroy. Boy, it looked like he got it cleanly. Instead, the ball ends up in the Florida League All-Stars dugouts, and 2 runs are going to score. They've got 3 runs here in the first.
Yeah, good start for the Florida Collegiate League All-Stars. And what a throw here by Vinny DeRubius. I mean, right there to Bill Leroy, just a little off, to be honest with you. And unfortunate that ball getting away and allowing another run to score. Bananas will have to try and rally in the bottom of the first, or they could see an early point deficit in this game.
Florida League All-Stars already up 3 runs to zip here in the first inning. The good news for Cowboy Kyle, all of them unearned because of his error that started the frame. And that flyout, which ends up being a sac fly, would have ended it if he could have made the play on Austin Brindling. Instead, Jesse has a ribeye. And this ball cranked to left from Kai Hudson. Michael Deeb will track it down. The shortstop is retired. But the Nanners will need 3 runs to tie it, 4 runs to win the first inning. Another excellent start for the college boys. Let's take a look at how these Florida Collegiate Summer League All-Stars will align defensively. But before that, let's take a look at how they push these 3 runs across. Well, forget that. We're already out of the replay. Here they are defensively from left to right in the outfield. Zach Stokes, Austin Brindling, and Dylan Brazel in the infield, third to first. Chase Bruno, Kai Hudson, Michael Ballard, and Cole Russo. Anthony Gonzalez is behind the plate, and Leighton Perry gets the start tonight.
Yeah, and we saw the Florida Collegiate League All-Stars actually mix up their defensive alignment last night. They're getting these guys in at multiple positions. You saw Ballard at third base last night. Now he switches to second. Bruno from short to third. And it's fun to see these guys play multiple positions and show off their versatility here in Banana Ball.
And let's get a gander at Leighton Perry. On the mound tonight, sophomore out of Jacksonville University. Hailing from the very same city, proud of Duval County and Episcopal High School. See what he's done across 23 2/3 innings in the Florida Collegiate Summer League so far, about halfway through their season. He's been awesome.
I mean, what stands out, 24 strikeouts, only 4 walks allowed. I mean, this sounds like a guy built for Banana Ball. He is throwing strikes, and he's seeing the results of 3.04 ERA. Terrific mark.
Let's take a gander at how the Nanners will line it up against him. A tall task for them. They need 3 runs to tie this first inning and avoid falling behind a point 1 frame in for the second straight night. D.R. Meadows, the center fielder, at the top, followed by Michael Deeb in left and Dan Oberst at first. All due up here in the first. Dakota McFadden, the DH, cleaning it up. And then Jackson Olsen at third, Ryan Cox at short, Bill Leroy catching, Danny Hosley at second, Vinny DeRubius in right, and Noah Bridges, the extra hitter, rounding out the order.
It's the exact same lineup the Bananas tried to throw out last night in Game 1. And again, Eric Jones Jr. not into this game, dealing with a little back discomfort. That's why you're seeing a majority of these guys move up a spot in the lineup.
Yeah, no big deal there on EJ, something he could certainly play through. But as we approach a leg of this tour that will take us to his home state in North Carolina, Kannapolis and Durham next week, it's a perfect time to rest him for a couple days. Kind of an all-star break for EJ, who has certainly been an all-star here on the World Tour. Cranked into the mitt of Chase Bruno at third. Good lumber for D.R. Meadows, who came in hitting .349, a team-high .443 on-base percentage. A barrel in the book, but he's 0 for 1.
Yeah, and we've seen a couple hard lineouts off the bat of D.R. Meadows. He's so good at turning on those pitches. Unfortunately, he just continues to see defenses that are perfectly aligned to catch those balls.
D.R. grounded out to third last night. Michael Deeb bounced one to first in his lone at-bat, which was a very tough matchup against the southpaw out of Arkansas, Jordan Husky. A little more favorable tonight as it's righty on lefty with Leighton Perry, as that one just misses the outside corner. 2-1 count on the pride of Davie, Florida. One of 2 Florida natives in the lineup for the Nanners tonight, back-to-back. Deeb and the man in the on-deck circle, Dan Oberst, although he didn't call the Sunshine State home until he was about 8 years old, moved there from Long Island, but we'll count it. Good check there from Vitamin Deeb on the slider. Leighton Perry, those 4-seam and 2-seam fastballs. A slider that you just saw, and then a changeup. It's a 2-seam circle change, and that's his bread and butter as far as he told me. Payoff pitch. It's up and out. This is just what the Nanners need as base runners. Michael Deeb is going to test the sprint defense of the college guys, and you can see a little confusion there at the end. Brindling, not sure if he was going to throw it over to Stokes or Brazel. And Michael Deeb, on his 16th ball 4 sprint of the tour, will get 2 bases.
And kudos to Michael Deeb. You know, these Bananas usually aware that these guys are having to adjust to a ball 4 sprint defense. Really, the Drop Bears, the only team that we've seen have it together from the very jump. Deeb's aggressive approach gets him in scoring position as the Bananas try and mount a rally here in the first.
Cut and a miss from Dan Oberst, the 5-year Banana, on the first pitch slider. Now he gets a fastball, pops it right side, breaking in hard, full extension dive, amazing catch by Dylan Brazel. Robs a base hit from Dan Oberst, and there are 2 down.
What an unbelievable play from Dylan Brazel out in right field. Got kind of a slow jump on that ball, and then at the last second comes in and makes a crashing catch. Unbelievable.
That is a beautiful slow-mo replay. Good work in the control room. Incredible work by Brazel out and right. The Florida Collegiate Summer League All-Stars are an out away from winning the inning. That one to short, between the legs and across the diamond. Trick play for Kai Hudson. What a way for the Florida League All-Stars to earn their first point of the evening. Only the 5th trick play we've seen in 12 Challenger games on the tour.
And that is exactly what you want to see, especially when you kind of consider this a possible banana ball pipeline. Just to see Kai Hudson go between the legs and try that creativity, it's awesome.
We only got 2 innings in the book last night, but we did have a showman of the night, and it was you, the fans.
Yeah, and we've got to take a look here as we start this little melt. How about the fans singing Stand By Me here in the rain?
Courtesy video here, courtesy of Matt DeWitt. It's good stuff. I mean, this was downpouring. The video really doesn't do it justice.
No, I mean, people were getting soaked, but nobody wanted to leave. And when you've got Maceo going in there, dancing it up, I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic, and it's worth saying as well, man, we're very thankful for the fans who decided to also stick around and watch us play some Mario Super Sluggers, just do a little rain delay podcast. I gotta say, man, that was pretty fun as well.
Yes, this is not just for the 4,000 fans who were in historic Grayson Stadium. This is you as well who were taking your Friday night out to, at first, watch Banana Ball, and then watch Josh and I compete in the great sport of Mario Super Sluggers. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you sticking around and having fun with us and putting up with our antics as we make the best of Mother Nature raining on our parade, literally. $255th straight sellout of a Bananas game tonight. Of course, that spans both Grayson Stadium and our trips out through the great United States of America. 25 cities have now seen Banana Ball, but it is always the most special moment of all to come back to our city by the sea and fill up our 97-year-old ballpark. Quick 1-1 count on Zach Stokes, the left fielder. One of only 3 guys in the starting lineup not hailing from the Sunshine State. As he watches the curveball drop down and in, 2-1 count. Stokes out of Naperville, Illinois. And now in the driver's seat ahead 3-1. He represents the Winter Garden Squeeze in the FCSL. And a cut and a miss. Well-located heater down and in. And he is punched out. Boy, that one around the bottom of the knees. Vincent Chapman says too close to take.
Yeah, and that was a good pitch by Kyle Lewicks. Found a way to battle back there from 3-1 and throws Stokes a lefty with a really good pitch there.
The freshman out of the University of West Florida retired. And Chase Bruno will get an opportunity at the dish. That one lifted to right. Vinny DeRubius underneath it tries to pull off his tornado behind the back trick play. Comes up empty, and he is now officially 1 for 2 on the tour in his trick play attempts.
Oh, you could feel Vinny sizing that one up, trying to make the trick play there. Unfortunately, coming up empty. I mean, that's probably the biggest boom or bust trick play for anybody on this tour. Unfortunately, just doesn't work for Vinny.
Yeah, I think that overtakes the DR Meadows backflip as the toughest to pull off. Bruno now leads off second. Anthony Gonzalez, the catcher, takes the curveball low. The freshman out of Stetson University. Miami, Florida native with a 2-0 count. A Winter Park Diamond Dog. And a cut and a miss. Two-two count on Gonzalez. Florida League All-Stars lead by a point. They won the first inning 3-0. Looking to add to their early lead here. A little hesitation from Lewiggs. Heaters fired high. And another full count.
Well, Kyle knew he had a ball to play around with there, so he tried a little hesitation, messed with the batter's timing, unfortunately missing high there.
Little looper out into left. It's going to drop in front of Michael Deeb. Good job between him and Ryan Cox in deking Chase Bruno into thinking it could be caught. Pretty much an impossible ball to judge from his angle. He had no reason to go crazy. Instead of pushing the pace here, Florida League All-Stars have runners on the corners with Dylan Brazel in the 10-hole, the right fielder. Trying to keep the merry-go-round going. Fastball fired high.
And normally you're not upset about giving up a hit like that in this ball game, but when you consider that trick play missed, putting a runner in scoring position, it's really tough to deal with that aspect of banana ball.
Cut and a miss, throw behind Bruno, but he's back easily. Brazola Jr. out of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, transferred there from Stetson after a couple years in the ASUN Conference. And as a Hatter, following in the footsteps of Jackson Olsen, the Bananas third baseman. Actually used to play I Spy with him during ball games. They shared the 2021 season together. Brazo's first as a collegiate ball player, Jackson's fifth and final. Cut and a miss, count even at 2-2. A lot of fastballs and curveballs early on from Kyle Lewigs. The work, some cutters and sliders in as well. That's a strikeout and a throw to third. Bruno's back safely as Anthony Gonzalez swipes second. Second strikeout of the inning and the evening for Kyle Lewigs as the Florida League All-Stars lineup flips over and Anthony Bringling, the center fielder, reached on an error and came around to score just an inning ago.
And with runners on the corners, when Kyle threw that pitch, mind you, and only one out, you either want to get a strikeout or something weakly hit in the infield with those guys shifted in. That was a big pitch and big out from Kyle Lewigs.
1-1 count on Bringling. Got to look at what he's done for the Leesburg Lightning on the summer, nearly hitting 300, on-base percentage close to 400 at 374. Check that, 373. No, well over 400, 435. I was looking at his slugging percentage. Figure it out, Pico.
Come on, bruh.
2-1 here from Cowboy Kyle. Cranked and bodied by Dan Oberst. He's going to have to hustle to the bag. He beats the South Carolina commit. And Lewigs able to strand two runners in scoring position. Helps out Vincent DeRubius. You get another look at the bender. Called a strike for that first strikeout. I pencil it into the questionable strike three calls, but still a little too close to take.
I mean, still magnificent work from Kyle Lewigs getting out of that jam, and that's a big play by Dan Oberst, just getting his body in front of that ball, blocking it for that final out.
And let's bring in the head coach of the Florida League All-Stars, Matt Swederski, down in the dugout. How you living tonight, Big Tiger?
I'm doing good. It's been a fun experience so far. It's getting rowdy here. Got a nice point on the board, so it's pretty good so far.
Well, we can't tell you how much we appreciate you giving us some of your time tonight. This is not your maiden voyage on Banana Ball. You've actually seen a handful of these games before, eh?
Yeah, no, worked a bunch of them with over at the Daytona Tortugas, helping out on the grounds. It was a cool opportunity to watch it, but to be involved in the experience and watching the guys go out there perform and have fun and really show their true character, it's an awesome experience. But those 4 times at Tortugas were just great. They were good. They were awesome.
Now, unfortunately, we only got 2 innings in last night, but it's been a similar start this evening. How about your guys getting a point lead once again? They've been playing excellently.
They have been. They just go out there and they compete. They knew what it was coming in. I think you're going to see some more trick plays now. Obviously, we got that initial point on the board, but I hope for it. You saw a diving play from Braz, and even Kai got a chance to try to make a little in-betweener. So they're working. They're going to be good at it. They're going to play their butts off and have some fun with it.
It was an excellent trick play from Kai Hudson. Now the Bananas need 1 run here in the second to even up the game. Jackson Olsen, for the second straight night, swings at the first pitch he sees, and for the second straight night is retired. Well, actually, he reached on a trick play last night. But it's the same for his batting average. 1 pitch, 1 out here for Jason Chafee, the 6'5" freshman out of Northwest Florida State, out of Niceville, Florida. He's a teammate of Blake Cavell and Paul Winland, both members of the Aussie Drop Bears. And Chafee has been superb for the Leesburg Lightning. Comes in with just a 2.61 ERA. In 10 1/3 innings pitched. It'll be Ryan Cox, the shortstop. who's ahead 1 ball and no strikes. Now, obviously your job gets a lot harder here, Matt, when 7 innings you plan to get guys opportunities and have been washed away. That's a base knock for the Nanners shortstop. How are you figuring out how to get all these guys some action here in night 2?
Well, I mean, the goal of it is for them to enjoy. So I think we had some pitching stuff where guys had to, get ready to go back and play in our league play coming up tomorrow and Sunday. So, they're not going to throw tonight. They were involved in some of the pregame stuff to give it there. But, at the end of the day, they're just trying to they're just trying to get in the game and really make it happen. Everybody's going to get in. They'll get a chance to play here. We really only have a couple more position players to kind of go through, but arms will go 1 an inning. Everybody who's supposed to throw the past 2 days is going to get a chance to throw. Experience the awesome crowd, the environment, and what it means to play banana ball.
Now, Coach, from your standpoint, I mean, what have you kind of gleaned from the guys about the things that they've been anticipating in banana ball and been very excited about coming into this series?
I think the easy one is the crowd, right? Like, a lot of guys haven't played in front of this type of crowd. I mean, obviously, when I was in Daytona for there, I got to kind of experience this crowd, but these guys don't get to experience the rowdiness and what you guys have to bring, and it's just amazing. I think the biggest thing was today. I mean, Coach Viro, he let us come out in the field. Obviously, BP didn't happen today, but he let us take ground balls, and those guys got to try some trick plays out, and it was an awesome opportunity to take ground balls with the bananas and some of the party animals. I think that's what they're looking more forward to, is just the overall experience of what it means to have fun playing baseball and really bring it back to the roots and be a kid again and enjoy the game where it's not, a pressured situation, but it's still competitive. And I really think that's what they all seem to look forward to the most.
It was incredibly cool to see those guys out there rocking trick plays, practicing early on. Dangerous spot here for Jason Chafee. 1 more ball and the Nanners will tie this game up at a point apiece with Flash the Kid on second. Sprint defense impossible to nail a guy in scoring position, and Chafee fires that just a pinch high, and the Nanners will indeed tie this inning. Danny Hosley gets his tour-high 18th walk-off. And before we let you go, Matt, I would love to run through just how you assembled this team, because there was a lot of demand for these guys to make the 28-person squad, eh?
Yeah, no, it was quite the process. So we sent out a kind of a form to all the teams in the league, and we told them to apply if they were interested in being in it. And I mean, we had over 100 and some odd results come back in, and it was tough. So I think, the hard part about this was, do you want to come in here and win? Yeah, but at the same time, if you want guys to come in here with character and show their presence, and I really think our staff, Stefano Foggi, Rob Seitz, and everybody there, they did a really, really good job picking this team. They really looked deep into it. It was too perfect. You look at it now and you go, you wouldn't trade anybody for the world for this experience. So shout out to them. I was glad to be a part of the process, but they're the real guys who assembled this great team.
Well, we can't tell you how much we appreciate you guys making the trip north from Central Florida and the buy-in that your players have shown. It's a darn shame we weren't able to get a full game in last night, but in a tied affair early on, looks like we're going to have an incredible round 2.
Yeah, I look forward to it. I appreciate everything you guys do, what you guys bring. It's been nothing but a great experience. Now you just need to keep this rain away so we can go have some more fun tonight.
That's a fact. We'll see what we can do, Matt.
Awesome. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Right back at you. Have fun, man.
Have a good one. Thanks.
There goes Matt Swederski, head coach of the Florida Collegiate Summer League All-Stars. And we'll throw it down real quick to Maceo Harrison and the boys as they finish their boogie. Excellent work from Maceo Harrison, DJ the Invader, Alex Ziegler, Zach Phillips, and Malachi Mitchell, fresh off scoring the second inning winning run.
And that's what you're going to get when you send Danny Hosley up to the plate. This is a guy who's got a 20% ball four sprint percentage in his at-bats and plate appearances against challengers on the tour. And here it works, not this game at a point apiece.
Picked up his team-high 20th sprint on the season. And now Cowboy Kyle out for his third frame of work. It's the bottom of the zone there. Quick 0-2 count on Michael Ballard, the second baseman, who singled and scored in the first inning. And fights off an 0-2 heater there. 2-3-4 for the Florida League All-Stars. Cole Russo on deck, Nelson Taylor in the hole. That one chopped to short. Ryan Cox attacking it, jumps between the legs across the diamond just in time to snag the speedy Ballard for out number one.
Not exactly the smoothest trick play we've seen from Ryan Cox on this year's tour, but nonetheless really showing these Florida Collegiate League All-Stars how it's done at arguably the hardest position in the infield. Good play by Coxie to get the first out here.
It's the second trick play of the night. Kai Hudson, his counterpart at short, was the first to do it. And with the donut hitter here, Cole Russo, line drive single to right his first time. Looked like Hosley and Cox were going to creep in for a 3-2-2 for a second, but instead they break back. I think we're going to let the donut hitter shine. What a catch! Jackson Olsen fighting off our third base cameraman, Jackson Hamilton, and makes an incredible catch in foul territory.
Oh my gosh, just when you think Jackson Olsen might go right into the third base camera, he finds a way to expertly navigate that area and still come up with the catch against the fence. What a play!
Good work from our Jackson, ducking out of the way and allowing the Nanners Jackson, who is going to have a microphone on him next inning, to make a tough play. And now Hosley and Cox pinch into the infield to just absolutely dance to their heart's content. Everybody doing their own thing. Cowboy Kyle mopping on the mound. D.R. Meadows getting in on the action in center. And that is a base knock for Nelson Taylor, an RBI ground out his first time. The Florida State commit aboard with two down. And Jesse De La Cruz, the designated hitter, man out of the city that never sleeps, New York City, New York. They'll swing away. Hit the sac fly to right. That scored not just one, but two runs. Drove in Ballard and Russo in the first. Thanks to the first error for Vinny DeRubius on the tour, but the throw was pretty good. Just looked like a case of Bill Leroy trying to catch the ball and make the tag in one fell swoop, and he missed half the equation.
I mean, you try and set up in the best position possible, and sometimes it still doesn't work out. As Nelson Taylor here is going to be caught stealing. Bill Leroy has gunned down three base runners in this series alone against the FCSL.
And he cuts down Taylor for the second straight night, trying to snag second base.
Always not going to slow us down. We're going to keep the show going. So we're going to have a little fun.
Man who has 15 stolen bases in his FCSL career. That dates back to last summer when he was a Seminole County snapper. And we'll throw it down to Jesse Cole as, golly, gosh darn it, the tarp is being unveiled. At least we got 2.5 innings in tonight. Half inning better than last evening.
That's exactly what I was going to say, man. Now, here's the thing. I know we might be going into a weather delay here, but I think it's worth mentioning. I talked with Reginald Horton after last night's game.
Right.
Little post-game dinner. He told me that he was holding the weather accountable today. So I've got a feeling we're getting all 9 innings in tonight for sure.
Really good work, control room. I feel like I was down in the stands for this whole thing, and now we move right back into recapping some of the game action. A couple looks at a great trick play from Ryan Cox, his tour leading 86th in 92 chances. That was an incredibly athletic play by Danny Hosley.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about just the vertical to catch that ball and still coming down with the glove and applying that tag. Unbelievable. And then you talk about challengers getting in on trick plays. Oh, it'll bring a tear to your eye.
Kai Hudson with the between the legs trick play at short, and then come on, Dylan Brazel, full extension belly flop, and he's all good. It has been a thrilling 2.5 innings. And Billy Doobie, no hat needed. What an excellent mullet on the bump. By the way, if anybody wants to see a really excellent mullet, take a look. Google Billy Doobie, who is a grad transfer currently with 1 year left of eligibility. I can't remember if it was on his Diablo Valley college page or his Western Kentucky University college page. But his mother, who is a hairdresser, gave his mullet a perm, and it's quite possibly the best hair I've ever seen in my entire life.
Wow. Oh, baby.
And it was a lot of fun for him. He had it stayed for almost a full year. So Mama Doobie is an incredibly talented hairdresser, but then he shaved it off after he gave up 3 runs against Eastern Kentucky, including a moonshot. He just had to get rid of it.
You know, I used to think back in the day, back in my youth, about getting a perm. I'm glad I didn't.
I think a perm would be delightful on you, Josh.
Be kind of cool.
There's no adjective you can use for a perm besides cool, as Vinny DeRubius coming in from the stands, pointing right at Ivan Trezak's camera, and lip syncing some Taylor Swift. New Taylor's Version album just came out recently. She's just dominating right now.
It's Taylor's world and we're living in it.
That's a fact. Vinny, first pitch we see back. Heater from Billy Doobie, fouled straight back. Niners need 1 run to win the 3rd inning. We're tied at a point apiece. Florida League All-Stars scored 3 in the first and won 3-0. Nanners responded with a walk-off sprint by Danny Hosley in the second to win that frame by a run. And Doobie working quickly. This one chopped to third. Between the legs, across the diamond. Great stretch over at first by Cole Russo as Chase Bruno has the 6th trick play from a challenger player on the tour, 2nd of the night for the Florida Leaguers.
Now, hold on. I am racking my brain, and I am almost positive that I can say this is the first challenger game in Banana Ball World Tour history in which we've seen 2 different players from a challenger team make a trick play.
It's a fact. We had 2 trick plays from Max Brennan of the Aussie Drop Bears in one game, but they were both from him. Ryan Fuentes from the Florence Yalls had a behind-the-back snag, and Daniel Descalzo from the Major League Baseball Players Alumni Association went behind his back on a fielder's choice to second. 0-2 count on Noah Bridges here. And those are all of the trick plays ever made by challengers until Kai Hudson and Chase Bruno, the left side of the infield here, both have 1 apiece.
I mean, when you think about already seeing 2 trick plays in this game from the Florida Collegiate All-Stars, could they double that total?
That is the burning speed of Noah Bridges in full effect there. He beats out a casual ground ball to Michael Ballard at second baseman, who, by the way, did not take his time on this. He got the ball, flipped it to first. We look again. Yeah, good call from Chris Walker. Noah beat that out. And the Florida League All-Stars are going to challenge this. So we'll pop on the Riedel headsets, chat with Isaac Powell and Vincent Chapman down below. But as we just saw, I do not think this is going to get overturned. Isaac and Vincent, you guys ready to rumble? Okay, the guys are there. Let's get it rolling if we can in the control room. Another look. Yeah, he was safe.
Safe.
Clear as day. Another look just to confirm he's safe.
Yep.
Let's keep playing banana ball. How about the Grayson faithful here that have braved the very lengthy rain delay and were chanting, "He was safe." while we replayed that.
And I'm telling you, it's becoming one of my favorite things in banana ball, seeing Vincent Chapman, Chris Walker, Randy Voss, really whoever is on that umpiring crew celebrate.
Noah taking off for second. Great throw! And he's called safe again. This time, I think the chuck down to second from Anthony Gonzalez actually might have been in time, but the Florida League All-Stars just used their challenge to play early. We're trying to get another look at it. Well, oh no, it's the right call. Tag hit the back leg instead of the front leg. Chris Walker, you're infallible tonight. I'm sorry for doubting you. That one cranked down the left field line. Splashing fair, DR Meadows drives in Noah Bridges. And the Nanners have a 2-1 lead. The Doctors' 15th walk-off of the tour. And here is your aforementioned Little Mermaid run-scoring celebration as Noah Bridges channels his inner Ariel. Because we needed more water on the field.
That was beautiful. Are you kidding me?
Another look at the walk-off single from DR Meadows, who lined out to third his first time. Went to the same part of the field, just a little more launch angle. Got it over the head of Chase Bruno this time. And that all happens because of the burning speed from Noah Bridges. And we saw some similar plays from Noah when he was with the Wilmington Sharks this past summer. Let's look at some Jackson Olsen highlights. The songbird of our generation going bridge in Charleston, West Virginia. Walking off that inning against the Dirty Birds. Always fun when you're down a run and then a 2-run homer to walk it off.
Biko, I don't think that's a songbird, but I sure know that's a TikTok star who knows how to hit a bomb.
When you're right, you're right. Little oppo pop down the left field line. There is another walk-off from Mr. Olsen. And we show you these highlights because on the microphone at third base here in historic Grayson Stadium, Mr. Jackson Olsen. How you living, buddy?
What's up, guys? Yeah, I know, Biko, you said songbird, so I guess I got to start singing.
Yeah, what do you got? You got some music for us that you can belt out?
I've got some Taylor Swift songs. I actually just found out today I'm going to a concert, Taylor Swift concert. So I'll learn how to sing her songs, and then I'll become the songbird.
Okay, nice. Sweet. That would be awesome, man. You get a look at what Jackson's done against challengers on the tour. Your numbers are video game-esque. How have you found so much success against these teams coming in to challenge you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of just regular baseball. Like, we play the party animals a lot, and then when we get to see these challengers, it's like, all right, who's going to play the best baseball? Who's going to show up and make people realize it's not just a show, it's also a baseball game.
Yeah, you've been a big part of that for sure, and it's got to be extra special for you that this is a league that you played in, and now some of the best from it are coming up to play banana ball. How bizarre is it for you to, kind of get a glimpse into your past and then also see where some of these guys might be playing in the future?
It's wild. I mean, you see Dylan Brazil on the other team right now I was a senior or super senior when he was a freshman. Right. And that league was nasty. We played against Dylan Cruz, who's going to be probably the first overall pick or second overall pick in the draft, and just a lot of really good guys in that league. So pretty cool to see the competition level, these guys.
And they've been putting on a heck of a show. You impressed early on, back-to-back nights, that they've won the first inning and taken leads in the all-important points category.
I'm talking to Biko. Kyle's asking me who I'm talking to right now, so you want to say hi?
Yeah.
Kyle's going to say hi.
Terrific.
Kyle, what do you want to say to him?
Hey guys, I'm just going to pitch into the fifth and Nolan's going to take over and then I'll be up there with you guys.
All right. That's a great tease for the broadcast. You talk about a pro in the broadcast booth and on the field. That's Kyle Lewigs.
So Biko,
yes.
Thing for you right here, last time in the summer series, this did not work and I was talking to myself. So I'm glad that this is working this time.
Feels good, right? Our guy Vincent's going to dust off home plate. I'm guessing you don't get sick of watching him do his thing in the fourth inning every night.
Oh, he's the best. He's the best. And now that he's gotten more on social media and he's posting every single day and people just love him, he's growing on the field and off the field on TikTok. It's so cool to see him.
The crowd goes crazy every time.
I think the craziest, I think it was either Sacramento or one of the bigger ballparks. You could not hear a single thing. You couldn't even hear yourself think. They were so loud. I think it was Nashville, actually. Or maybe it was Vegas? I don't know.
I think it's all of the above.
Every game, yeah.
Jesse De La Cruz is leading off the top of the fourth here. He had the sac fly to right back in the first inning that drove in 2 runs. You don't see that every night at the ballpark. Kyle going right after him now. A 1-2 count on Jesse. I mean, as a guy, Jackson, who grew up in Connecticut, chop to you. Good work, Jackson.
Attaboy.
I should have called it, guys. I should have called it.
Pull a page out of Bill Leroy's book.
What do you want to say, Ryan? Tell him that I should have done a trick.
I just think it should have been a trick, but it's very impressive that you're on the mic here and you're just making fantastic plays.
Oh, he's pitching. He's going.
Yeah, way to get back to your position here. Kai Hudson able to hold off. Almost stepped out of the box, kept a foot in. Vincent Chapman's not going to call him for it. Flew out to left his first time, so he's already come your general direction once.
If I get a ground ball here, I'll do a crazy trick, I promise.
We're going to hold you to that. Oh!
No. And Ryan goes in the slip and slide.
Yeah, pretty soupy out there in shallow left, huh?
Little soupy. How'd that feel, Ryan?
He's walking it off.
Little slip and slide action. Yeah.
Base knock for Kai.
He's locked in.
Florida Leaguers shortstop. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's your roommate right there, just ignoring you.
That's my roommate. That is my roommate. He's unreal over at shortstop. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh! Jackson trying to get the lead.
Whoa!
He does!
Let's go, baby. All right, I'm getting the third one right here, and I'm going to call it. I'm going to call this next play, and it's going to happen.
There was not a chance you could do a trick play on that.
No way.
Oh my gosh, but you talk about an unbelievable play. We're watching it here on the replay, Jackson. Just an unbelievable pick on your end. I love the fist pump, and man, Ryan Cox at second base covering that bag. That's an incredible fielder's choice, guys.
Come on, get me one right here. All right, I'm going to call it on this pitch. Here we go, guys.
I love it. Jackson Olsen calls a grounder and a trick play.
Ground ball to me, trick play. Here we go. All right, I can't do it again. I should just keep doing it for the entire inning, but
Listen, we can fix it in post. We'll pretend like you said it as Kyle was winding up to fire home. It's your counterpart, Chase Bruno, the third baseman.
He made a nice trick play before.
That's a fact. And reached on a trick play, missed his first time. Kyle gets him on the curveball, and he will sheathe his sword. Jackson Olsen, you're an absolute superstar, man, not just on TikTok, on the field. Phenomenal play. Thanks for getting mic'd up, man.
You're the man. Josh, Pico, see you later.
See you, Jackson.
There goes Jackson Olsen. Man with north of 1 million followers on TikTok, as you get a look at the nasty bender that fooled Bruno for Kyle's third strikeout of the ball game. And it's hey baby time here in our city by the sea. Mother Nature tried to bring the sea to us. It is a very hydrated field, but thank goodness we were able to brave the elements and we're back in action. Josh, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that might have been the most impressive fielder's choice we've seen in 56 games of this World Tour.
No doubt. No doubt in my mind, bruh.
Thank you for confirming my thoughts, buddy. Kara Heater loves it. I mean, it's the slide. I think what kind of could go by the wayside or be undervalued there was how quickly he was back on his feet after sliding onto the line there.
I also think it's impressive considering you talk about the field conditions. I mean, obviously they're a little bit different from how you started the game, and just to see both Jackson and Ryan Cox adjust so quickly and make such a sparkling defensive play, it's not easy to do.
Yeah, Coxie should not be overlooked on that. He had the pick that secured the fielder's choice.
And you kind of got to know that dirt and how it plays when it's wet versus, when it's a little more dry, and know the kind of bounce that you're going to get on a ball like that.
I mean, that's what dreams are made of right there. You slap a mic on him and he makes 2 plays in the inning. That's what dreams are made of. 2-1 lead for the Bananas in points after dropping the first inning 3 runs to nothing. They've walked off the second and third. And now Anthony Griffith will replace Billy Doobie on the bump. So from the man out of Orinda, California, we go to the pride of Williston, Florida. Griffith, a sophomore out of Lake Sumter State College. 4-seam fastball, curveball, and changeup for his 3-pitch mix. And you see what he's done across 14 2/3 innings in the Florida League this summer.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff from Anthony Griffith. The 4.90 ERA, not too shabby. But I think really he'd like to cut down on the hits and walks allowed so far. But 14 Ks in 14 2/3 innings, almost a K per inning. We'd love to see something like that.
Was that a quote from Anthony on the bottom of that?
Sure was.
Big-time players make big-time plays.
It's just a philosophy he lives by.
He also told me he makes an incredible plate of chicken parm. This one bounced over to first. And well on his phone, videotaping the entire thing. I'm sure you'll see that. You might see it on the social medias right now. It seems like Cole Russo is currently live out there at first base.
It's a TikTok veteran for you.
You don't get over 200,000 followers for nothing. If you want to join the clan, it's Cole Russo 22. That one cranked to left center field by Dan Oberst. It's going to dunk in on a hop in front of Austin Brindling. And the Nanners first baseman is now 1 for 2 on the night. He had flown out to right. That was the incredible diving catch by Dylan Brazel.
Yeah, but Dan is swinging a good bat. I mean, you talk about almost getting a hit his last time up. And in his last game over in Akron, Dan with his first 3-hit game of the Banana Ball World Tour.
Surprising, that was his first 3-hit game when he paces the Nanners with his .372 batting average and 1014 OPS. Golly. That was a home run in cricket. It's going to be yanked foul. Vincent Chapman definitely made the right call on that one. Dakota McFadden has 8 taters on the World Tour. That was 97 miles per hour off the bat. He's 1 long ball behind his teammate Eric Jones and Reese Hampton of the Party Animals for the tour high in dingers. Grounded out to short. That was the trick play by Kai Hudson, his first time. Dan Oberst, excellent jump. Dakota McFadden gives this one a ride to left center. It's going to be tracked down by Brindling, and Dan at second base will retreat back to first. Looked like D-Mac just missed that one.
Yeah, good piece of lumber there for Dakota McFadden. He's doing very well. He's actually played 6 consecutive games without recording a strikeout. That's the longest streak for Dakota McFadden on this year's tour. Really speaks to him swinging the bat and getting good wood right now.
Here's Jackson Olsen from the mic to the batter's box. And he cranks it down the right field line. Nice play in the corner by Brazel to cut it off. Oberst goes first to third. Excellent throw by Brazel as well. Well, 1 hop over there to Bruno. Dan goes first to third, though. Wasn't a chance in the world to get the man out of Largo, Florida. And Jackson has seen 3 pitches between last night's 2 innings and tonight's 3+. And he has reached on a trick play, flown out, and now singled.
I mean, the guy just continues to rake against challengers. In fact, he has a hit in every challenger game this series except for 1.
That is 11 of 12 for everybody keeping track at home. And he will take off and successfully steals second base. He's now 5 for 6 on the tour in his attempts. But he doesn't really matter. Dan Oberst 90 feet away is the inning-winning run. And that one misses up. Cole Russo's 1 bad one. Check that. Anthony Griffith is 1 bad one away from walking in a run, and that one's right down Broadway. Coxey singled to right his first time. That one back up the middle. Backhanded by Michael Ballard, but he can't come up with it. It's going to be the 10th walk-off on the tour for Ryan Cox. The Bananas have won their 3rd straight inning as Dan Ober scores. And it's 3-1 Nanners in the all-important points category.
And it's really good work by the Bananas offense, now coming out of a rain delay, scoring a point in each of the last 2 innings, now up 3-0 in this ball game. And even though these Florida Collegiate All-Stars are rolling out a bunch of guys out of this bullpen, the Bananas still seeing good pitches and finding some success.
We head to the 5th. Nanners up by 2 points. And as the Banana Band blasts away in the stands, welcome up into the broadcast booth, Biko Scala. Josh Talevsky is doing some housekeeping off camera. You don't become the Bananalytics statistical savant for nothing. You got to write some stats down there before we close out. It is Banana Ball, check that, BTV mailbag time. Got to be careful. Okay, no, I'm not going to show any addresses here. This is a very cute little, looks like possibly another
bracelet?
Oh.
Nice snag.
Here, you want to hold
I've
on
got
to
this. Yes,
that
of
dropper?
course.
Okay, to the Savannah Bananas. Beautiful. Look at this. We got a nice drawing as we unfold this bad bear. And it says, hello, my name is Jade. I'm 10, and I live in New Zealand. This had a journey to get here.
Bananas worldwide.
You kidding me? Thank you so much, Jade, for taking the time. Jade says, I really hope you come and play a game here. As do I. The Lord of the Rings were shot in New Zealand, so that's a special place in my heart. Jade says, I love watching all of you with my mum. That's very cute. We all love the funny dances. The slip and slide was so cool. For my favorite player, Dakota Stilts Albritton. Hope you like it. Come on, are you kidding me? Jade, thank you so much.
Yeah, we've got a bracelet going Stilts way after this ball game. That's really cool.
Couldn't think of what a bracelet was called for a while there. That was a tough moment in Biko Scala's broadcasting career. Couldn't get wristband out of my head. But, we adjust. We'll recover.
It took me a minute to get the mental image of what a wristband is. I'm ashamed to say that.
I appreciate you sharing your most secret and dark thoughts with us, Josh. Takes a brave man to say that.
Yeah.
You're thinking that might not be your most secret and darkest of thoughts, huh?
Who's to say?
All right. One day we'll really pull that out. Some housekeeping, Josh. Is that an E4 to end that inning? Or a base hit?
I'm going to rule it a hit.
I like it a hit, too. It's a tough play. Wow! 100-foot pitch from Cowboy Kyle Lewigs. It secures a strikeout on Anthony Gonzalez.
Oh, man, we have seen Kyle Lewigs pull out that 100-foot pitch a lot of times on this year's tour. And here he's going to get the punch out on it. Oh, just an absolute beauty.
I think that was more like 110 feet. That was from the infield dirt. What an offering. That's the second strikeout that Kyle has gotten on a 100-plus foot pitch on the tour. Although that one, I think, felt a whole lot better than the one he secured in Tampa.
I mean, you strike out a former major leaguer, and then you're going to go and strike out a challenger opponent, one of these Florida Collegiate All-Stars. Not too shabby, Mr. Lewigs.
It was his 4th punchy of the night. Here in his 5th inning of work, the 3 runs he gave up in the first were all unearned, thanks to an error by himself. And he follows up the strikeout from 100-plus feet with one from 60 feet and 6 inches. Dylan Brazel down swinging on a 90-mile-an-hour heater.
And it only took 3 pitches for Kyle Lewigs to set down Brazel.
There's some good old-fashioned country hardball. Some cheese right down the chute. Hit it if you can. That heater misses. Back to the top of the order we go. Austin Brindling, 0 for 2 on the night. Ground out, reached on that aforementioned error by Cowboy Kyle. Came around to score the first run of tonight's affair. Looks like Dalton Malden getting ready to play a little ditty. Also might be getting ready to hit. He's got a helmet on. Backhanded by Danny Hosley just in time to grab Brindling. And a 1-2-3 frame for Cowboy Kyle, who has pledged to join us in the booth once he's done with his 5 innings of pitching. So hopefully we'll get to see our good buddy soon.
And a 2-minute and 40-second inning there for Kyle Lewigs. Great defense behind him, and then you just talk about an electric inning from him there on the mound with 2 great strikeouts.
You get another look at the 100-plus foot pitch. I'm calling that 110. That was one of the nastiest pitches I've seen in my life. I think that moved like 5 feet. That was the 2 scene of death as he gazes up at Josh and I in the booth. Fans going wild for some free merchandise, shirts being hurled in their general direction. We're back in the broadcast booth, and it is food review time.
That's right. We've got an oldie but a goodie. And this is actually a 2022 Splitsy Award winning treat.
Correct.
My grandmother brought me some brownies.
Yeah. Sammy Claycamp, you want to try a little brownie here, buddy? Sure. Yeah, come on in. I mean, Josh and I have already given these 10 out of 10s, so it'd be good to have a new face get involved. 10 out of 10 once again. It's unbelievable. Claycamp.
These are amazing.
Yeah, he says these are amazing.
The layer of chocolate on top that really just seals the deal for me every time. My grandmother Annette.
Grandma, you're amazing.
You kidding me?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. No doubt about that. Hey, Bryson Wheeler, let us know if you need a brownie, buddy. Yeah. All right. He's getting in on it. Get a look at Ryan Brown and what he's done in 12 1/3 innings tossed so far this summer. How about Ryan Brown coming in while we eat brownies?
You can't write this kind of thing.
How apropos. Ryan, a sophomore out of Santa Fe College, transferring to Valdosta State. Out of High Springs, Florida. Went from Santa Fe High School to Santa Fe College. Those 4-seam and 2-seam fastballs, changeup, curveball, and his favorite pitch, a slider, which he's told me is probably classified as a sweeper nowadays in the StatCast era. Starts Bill Leroy with an offering below the knees. 7-8-9 for the Nanners. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, they have walked off 3 straight to grab a 2-point advantage. Hosley on deck, DeRubius in the hole. That one gets the outside corner. Trackman didn't like it, but it was a great frame from behind the dish. Hayden Perry is the new catcher, replacing Anthony Gonzalez. Check swing, just misses down and in, count is full. Payoff pitch, pounded into the dirt, bare hand, toss across the diamond. Kai Hudson's putting on a show tonight in Grayson.
Oh, that is a stellar play from the Florida Collegiate All-Star shortstop. This is a guy who was actually slotted in as the designated hitter last night. And it's really surprising when you consider you've seen a trick play and now a great barehanded throw onto first base.
What a shame it is to give Kai a half night off. We're blessed to have him in the field here in the rematch. Oh, look out. Mr. Perry was ready to get a new ball for Vincent Chapman. Forgot that in banana ball you can steal first base. Danny Hosley could have been off for the races there. This one fouled off. Quick 0-2 count on the Nanners second baseman, who had a walk-off sprint his first time. 1 hour left on the clock here. We're on a great pace to get 9 innings in. 1-2 count on Haas. Ryan Brown on the mound, representing the Leesburg Lightning. That one cranked into left. Backdoor bender. Left the bat at 97 miles per hour. Hosley with a healthy turn, but pumps the brakes and will be content with a single.
And this is why you just continue to see the value of Danny Hosley. Not only do you consider him the best pitcher on the tour for the Bananas and the Party Animals for that matter, but this is a guy who gets his sprints and also gets his base knocks. That on-base percentage just continues to climb for the Banana second baseman.
Vinny DeRubius will once again come up, filming a music video to the plate. Danny was thrilled before the game when he asked me if the stats would count from last night, and I said no, as we did not get an hour in, nor did we get 5 innings. He had flown out to right. Now he's got a walk-off, his team-leading 20th sprint, a single, run driven in. This has been a much better night for the old statistics. Ryan Brown sheathing his sword on the first offering now. He's got the kid from Lander 02.
You'll write home to Mom and Pop about that.
Mom and Pop for Vinny are in the stands along with his younger brother. Nice snap pick off over there, but Cole Russo not on the bag. This one lifted to center. Austin Brinling barely has to move. And he's going between his legs. Did he get it? No! That one got some grass. We love the attempt at what would have been a spectacular trick play, but the future Gamecock comes up empty, and 2 men on now with 1 out.
Well, when you think about it, early on in the tour, we actually saw Breland Almodovar, who at this point the best at going and getting that catch between the legs in the outfield. He struggled early on with that. So it takes a little time to warm up to that. Nonetheless, you love the effort. And it was pretty difficult for Danny Hosley to be able to tell whether that catch had been made and know whether to move up to second base there.
Now Noah Bridges, 5-year man out of UNC Wilmington, had an infield single. Came around to score the inning-winning run in the 3rd. And a 2-1 count. Another great frame by Hayden Perry behind the dish. This one popped out of play, and Brown's worked his way back into an even count. Ryan Brown, a guy who has broken 8 bones in his body. His nose twice, 3 fingers, 3 toes, and an ankle. He said playing football, running through the house, the nose diving into a 4-foot pool, and there is that patented slider. A sweeper, some would say, as he gets the K.
Yeah, great pitch there from Ryan Brown. Again, this is the pitch that we see a lot of guys now utilize. One of those breaking balls with much more horizontal movement than vertical movement. And so far for Brown and a lot of other pitchers, even into Major League Baseball, this has really become the it pitch.
TR Meadows, 1 for 2 on the night. A walk-off double his last time up. Lined out his first time. If you're looking to stump Ryan Brown on a trivia question, do not ask him about any of the 50 capitals in the United States of America. Just a word to the wise. Said he was bored in computer class one day and got them all memorized. Had every flag, too, but has since forgotten them.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a beautiful mind he's got. This one's skied to right. Getting underneath it and making the snag is the new man in right field, Tyler Gillum. He's 1 for 1 in the field. We honor all the military members, both past and present, in the ballpark tonight. We pass that on to everybody watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for your service. And we are now honored to be joined by Jesse Cole, the man in the yellow tux, owner of this here ball club. Jesse, how cool is it to see these college guys so bought in on banana ball?
I'll tell you, it's so refreshing. You know, what we started with in the college team and watching these guys and the hunger and the desire. And then today working on all the trick plays and bringing the energy and then making all these attempts. You know, that's the future of this game, seeing these college guys. And I think they know it's an audition to potentially join us in banana ball in the future.
So did you get a glimpse earlier when they were all out there practicing trick plays for a real long time?
They probably didn't see me, but I was watching almost every play. I was in the stadium club watching all the guys working working off the balls coming off the machine, trying the backflips, and the shortstops trying the balls between the legs, and they're already doing it tonight. I mean, that's quick learning, and I would be surprised if we didn't see one of these guys playing banana ball in the future.
Yeah, this is a field filled with potential future banana ball talent. What are you looking for in particular when you see these guys play banana ball for the first time?
I mean, I think you're looking for the buy-in. You're looking for the desire. You're looking for, you know what? Hey, I'm going to go give it all out here. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to entertain. I'm going to perform. And the willingness to try things and experiment. And that's what's made banana ball great, is these guys aren't afraid to fail. And seeing this just last inning, try that ball between the legs. I mean, it's amazing to watch.
It's been incredibly fun. Heartbreaking we were robbed of 7 innings last night, but a great job by everybody involved to get this game going. We're so happy to be able to finish it up.
Hey, constraints foster creativity. Bring on the rain. We're going to bring on the show. We're not going to stop. The show must go on, and we're just glad to have these fans still staying through it and always supporting the team. We love it out here.
Couldn't agree more, Jess. Thank you so much, my dear man.
Thank you, my man. Love you, Biko.
Love you too, Jesse. There goes the man with the plan, alongside his wife, Emily Cole. Started this whole operation as a summer collegiate baseball team, and now we're back to our roots, and what a special event.
I'm telling you, that was a great interview. I kind of like the reference to fans first, Jesse's second book there.
How about you? Good work. You read that whole thing cover to cover?
I've studied it.
Flag to flag. It's a fact. Constraints breed creativity. Kyle Lewis obviously is not in the booth because he's back out on the mound. 2-2 count here on Michael Ballard. It's going to be 2-3-4 for the Florida League All-Stars. As this one's looped towards right, Vinny DeRubius hardly has to move a muscle. Mr. Ballard now 1 for 3 on the night, a single and a run scored. Now it'll be Cole Russo, the first baseman, who's 1 for 2, also a single, also a run scored. Jackson Olsen made a great catch in foul territory his first time to take care of him. And Mr. Russo bringing some weights to the dish as our donut hitter this evening.
I mean, what do you expect from a guy who's going to roll up the sleeves here? And man, he's feeding into that crowd's donut energy too.
Ahead 1-0. Guy who played for Blue Collar Baseball, Travel Ball Youth Organization, and also has worked with them, coached alongside Zach Blankenship and Chase Acuff. Was in Winter Park, Florida. How about those men dressed as babies? Look like some foreshadowing of a promotion to come. Peter grazes the outside corner. Count 2-1.
That didn't even cross my mind that they would be doing that for a promotion. I was just baffled that some guys had showed up here in some baby outfits.
Russo stumbles out of the box. He will not be called a strike. If a ball is coming in your general vicinity and you accidentally leave your batter's box, a strike will not be called. We have hearts here in Banana Land. He was a Kalamazoo Growler in the Northwoods League last summer. He's a Sanford River Rat. Here he's hitting .294 here in the FCSL. Big payoff pitch coming from Kyle. The crowd wants donuts. And the Brender is bounced to second. Danny Hosley trying to recover. Throw to first just in time. Heck of a job there by Haas to make up for the bobble. He's happy he's able to make the recovery.
Yeah, that was a very good recovery from Danny Hosley. You can see he fumbles with the ball, and he doesn't try and rush it too much to get that ball out of his hand and onto first base there. A very nice play by Danny Hosley, one that Kyle Lewis thankful he's able to make, man.
Kyle's going to go 5 2/3 innings tonight, and waves to us, letting us know his next destination is the broadcast booth as he hands the ball to the 10-foot, 9-inch Dakota Stilts All-Britain. Proud of Ellaville, Georgia, who gets to come into a clean inning, 2 outs and nobody on. So the 2021 CPL and Breakfast Bowl champion departs after 5 2/3 innings where he gave up 3 unearned runs. And now Dakota sets his sights on a guy who I think will be playing affiliated baseball pretty soon. Nelson Taylor projected to be drafted. He's 1 for 2 on the night, a single and an RBI ground out. Don't think he'll have to face anybody this tall in the minor leagues, nor if he's able to get to the bigs either.
It's really poetic. You've got the biggest man in banana ball versus the guy with the highest potential to reach Major League Baseball.
It's a fact. Nelson out of Clearwater, Florida. He's taking some healthy hacks. He's trying to pull a Joe Lytle and send one from stilts to the land of good and plenty. Nelson hit .353 with a .467 on base percentage at Polk State College this past spring. Two from stilts with 2 outs. Count runs full. Payoff pitch is fouled off. Nelson is not getting cheated with these cuts.
No, and he is trying to take the mighty cuts. I think really if there was a party animal there to talk to Taylor right now, it'd really just be a matter of telling him to just sit back a little longer on one of these pitches from stilts.
Cranks it down the right field line. He does just that. Off the 310 sign in the corner, and that is why we project his name to be called in the MLB draft awful soon. 106 miles per hour off the bat. He's 2 for 3 tonight.
96 miles an hour off the bat there from Nelson Taylor, but nonetheless, a really great piece of hitting here against stilts. And no, we are not going to see a designated pinch runner. Nelson Taylor going to stay on the bags here as De La Cruz comes up for his 3rd plate appearance of the ball game.
Man, I'm calling the play while Bryson Wheeler says 96 in my ear sounds like 106. The world wouldn't have ever known, Josh.
Bad broadcast feel, you know?
No. The people need to know the truth here. Nelson's going to take off and steal 3rd as this one's bounced to the left side of the infield. Cox between the legs across the diamond. Gets it to Oberst just in time to nab Jesse De La Cruz, who's now 0 for 2 with the sac fly. And Coxie has his 2nd trick play of the night, 87th of the tour. Good work from Stilts. Gives up the booming double, but able to strand Taylor in scoring position. And so nice you get to see it twice. The gritty on 5-foot stilts coming off of the field. It's Baby Daddy Race Time, brand new promotion. I would love to hear how the young professor calls it.
And then they have to get over to their wives over there who are going to put them in onesies and carry them to bed. I've got baby Cole and baby Baker here for the Cole and Baker families. Babies, are we ready to go night-night? All right, let's turn our direction. Let's get in a bear crawl position. Here we go, babies. On your mark, get set, go. Crawl, baby, crawl. Oh, there they go. The baby daddies are neck and neck out there. Time to get powdered up. It's time for bed, guys. Oh, there we go. Oh, they're looking good. They're ready to go. Lots of talcum powder there. Baby Baker's up there. Oh, wait, they're staying close. It's tough. Bear crawling's tough. Real crawling is even tougher. Time to put those diapers on, boys. Oh, we're getting them on. These boys are big enough to put their own diapers on. They're a little disoriented, but it's going to happen. All right, baby Baker's in the lead, but here comes baby Cole. He looks really good in that diaper. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks fantastic from where I'm standing. But here they come. Mom is waiting. She's got to put them in the bed here. We got to go ahead and get them in their onesies. Time for Betty Bye-Byes here. Baby Cole is absolutely gassed right now. All right, get in that onesie. Family's got to help. The whole teamwork makes the dream work. Get them in it. All right, and the whole family has to put that baby to bed. They got to carry him in. He is so sleepy. Get that baby in there. Here they go. Oh, he's got him. There they go. Support here. Baby Baker, that onesie's a little small. Oh no, the Cole family goes down. And ladies and gentlemen, your baby daddy family winner, the Baker family. But here come the Coles, finishing strong.
Well, a brand new promotion and a doozy at that. Cowboy Kyle Lewigs, tonight's starting pitcher for the Nanners, has joined the booth, and I nearly kicked his mic cord right out. Kyle, great work tonight, buddy.
Thank you. I'm a little out of breath because I just wanted to get up here and hang out with you guys as fast as I could. What's up with this rain, man?
Yeah,
what is that about?
It's been pretty vicious for the past 9 days now here, huh?
What'd you do during the delay?
We hung out with our good friend Zach Frangelo.
Nice. That's good. You guys play any games or just
We did hold a draft.
What was the draft?
Disney movie draft.
Michael Deeb with a barrel. It's going to be ricocheted. What a play at second base by Michael Ballard. Getting the deflection off his first baseman, Cole Russo. And a heck of a job by the new man on the mound here. Chase Chappell into toss.
And that's great baseball instincts from Chase Chappell. Seeing the play go off the glove of the first baseman. Know the second baseman there now has to field that ball. And getting over to that first base bag, beating Michael Deeb to it and making a play. Really good stuff.
Dan Oberst blasts this one down the left field line. It's going to be out of play. That is the rare 3-4-1 put out at first.
Don't see that too often.
You do not.
It's almost like striking somebody out from second.
You're second of the tour.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. First one swinging.
That's a fact.
That goes for something.
Correct.
Josh Renicky was the man you caught looking.
Wow. Where's the time gone? Did he just ring him up on that?
He called that a strike? Oh, Dan Oberst steals first base anyway.
What just happened?
That ball was outside by about 2 feet and a country mile. It was called a strike anyway. And for the second time in the past 4 games, Dan Oberst thought he had a sprint, takes off, and has to try and steal a base. The first time he was out by a mile.
And you could see Dan frustrated leaving the box and hearing the strike call. But that's just where the lack of banana ball experience for these guys hurts them in a sense, as that is the most unconventional steal of first base you'll ever see, as Dan immediately takes off for second and has another stolen base.
Guy's on fire. His feet are on fire. He's got a slide mitt on his right paw because he's got a hole about the size of Mars in the palm of his hand.
Oh no. Liner up the middle. This is trouble. Dan gets a stop sign at third. Good call. Well executed chuck into the cutoff by Austin Brinling. Dakota McFadden 1 for 3 now.
He's got to have family in town. That ball was hit hard.
Dakota McFamily's here.
Nice. Dakota McBackspin.
Oh, man. Jackson Olsen finally takes a pitch. 4th at bat. First time he hasn't swung at the first pitch and put it in play here against the Florida Leaguers. His former league.
That's pretty cool. And, yeah, with the Bananas up 3-1 in the top of the 7th.
Yeah.
You know, if we're shooting for a farm system and want to have some guys that potentially join us in the future, these guys aren't looking too bad, I'd say. They're putting up a fight. They feel very comfortable. They look comfortable, and they've been playing some good baseball.
Are you impressed by the trick plays from these guys? As Olsen is going to draw out the ball for a sprint, and that is going to bring around another run and point for the Bananas in this ball game.
Jackson Olsen gets his 13th walk-off of the tour. The Nanners finally dancing now that they've gotten their cue. Dan Oberst leading the charge. Scores his 2nd inning-winning run of the night. And it's 4-1 Bananas as they walk it off on another Santa Fe College man, Chase Chappell, the freshman there out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Nanners able to get to him. And welcome up into the broadcast booth. Just kidding. Oh, here we go. Okay, terrific.
How sweaty am I?
It's not that bad.
Oh, I feel like I just took a shower, fully clothed.
You smell like Bengay.
It's the icy hot on my arm.
Tiger Balm?
This icy hot,
Yeah.
similar to Tiger Balm, but yeah.
I just wanted to say Tiger Balm. All right, we're going to give you the buzzword real quick, but first let's look at the 100-foot pitch that we mentioned earlier that you got your strikeout on here. This was nasty. The movement on this was insane.
I wish that they could get a ball tracer, kind of like in golf whenever you hit a drive.
Yeah.
Well, I heard all the party animal guys, the guys in pink in their dugout, were screaming breaking ball. And I was like, we got to go fastball. Everybody's sitting on a breaking ball there, so.
There's a wiffle ball coming in.
Thanks.
Okay, your buzzword. You have to click the link in the description or the link in the comment section, fill out all your contact information, and then put the buzzword in. Drum roll, please. The buzzword is sunshine.
That's ironic.
It is.
And very good. No spaces. SUNSHINE.
We made the buzzword before we knew we were going to have an hour-plus rain delay tonight.
Much like both of you are the sunshines in my life.
Kyle.
I meant that from the bottom of my heart.
Right back at you, Kyle. Channeling Stevie Wonder here is DR Meadows is going to spend the top of the 7th inning on a trampoline as Nolan Daniel makes his 2023 Banana Ball World Tour debut.
And this has been a debut, about 5 games in the work for Nolan Daniel. Great to see him out here in the Bananas Pen. You look at those numbers from last summer in the CPL. He had an ERA just a hair over 1. Just unbelievable stuff. And the guy on the mound for the Bananas recording the final out for their 2022 CPL championship.
Spent 3 summers as a collegiate Banana. This is now his 4th campaign in Banana Land. Won the 2021 CPL championship alongside our broadcast partner, Mr. Luigs.
Yeah, 3 years to think about is crazy that he was there that long. I guess it flew by, but he was a guy that we were definitely very happy to get back.
Kai Hudson bounces it to short. Ryan Cox between the legs. Dan Oberst tries to go behind his back. And he's now 0 for 2 on the tour in his trick play attempts, but boy, that would have been a doozy.
God, I love him going for it there, but the big guy scares me. Whenever he comes down.
We'll see if, as we look at the replay, yeah, it was a spooky one. I think the ball was out of play, so Kai Hudson was running back to the dugout. He thought he was safe, and now Chris Walker's calling him out.
So, unbelievable situation that we just saw. Kai Hudson thought that Dan Oberst had fielded that ball cleanly behind the back. The out was made. Started walking back to the dugout for the Florida Collegiate League All-Stars. Nolan Daniel with the ball in hand goes and tags Kai Hudson, and the out is recorded.
DR Meadows off the trampoline, makes a great diving stop, and gets that ball in. That was incredible athleticism from the doctor as he hops back on the trampoline and is bouncing around with Vinny DeRubius.
Yeah, I think he's got his Crocs on out there, which I think is the correct sports footwear to have on that trampoline. I would love for him to make a catch on there.
Would make my world.
How do you score that, Josh? With him walking back to the dugout.
That would be
as the boys get together to boogie.
Here we go, Nolan Daniels, first 3-2-2. He's got fancy feet with Hosley Cox and DR behind him. Hop, skipping, and jumping. And keeping up with the dance as well. Heater fouled off. 10 out of 10 performance by the Duke of Dublin, Georgia.
Nice.
I mean, that's
good.
a Dancing with the Bananas champion right there.
That is true.
You're going to expect a good 3-2-2 out of the guy.
I mean, and that was probably 3 days in the making. I think he's been practicing that for about 3 days. He was supposed to do it last night, but with the rain out.
Chase Bruno goes down swinging on the devastating slider we've gotten to know so well across 3+ years in Banana Land. For Mr. Daniel, a guy who started at Tallahassee Community College, a JUCO bandit, and then 2 years at Purdue University, finished up at the University of New Orleans this past spring. Got his degree and right back to Savannah. It's really interested to see if DR was going to play it safe out there, maybe some tucks, some pikes, some twists. Or if he was going to get advanced with possibly a Barani, a ball out, or a Rudolph.
I had no idea that you were that educated, and I don't even know what you're talking about.
Talking about trampolining, Kyle.
Oh, really?
Correct.
That was my least favorite game on Wii Olympic Games, sports,
Sonic
whatever it's
versus-
called.
Sonic
yeah,
versus Mario?
I'm absolutely terrible at it. I see all the letters come up and I freak out.
2-1 count now. Hayden Perry, his first at-bat of the night. Anthony Gonzalez in his spot behind the dish went 1 for 2. DR still getting great air on the trampoline out there. This one tapped to third. Nice scoop. Jackson Olsen behind the back over to first just in time. 13th trick play of the tour for our TikTok superstar.
He's played some darn good third base over there today.
And that marks the halfway point on our Hoka's giveaway. The Banana Nanas will boogie as we get another look at the shining play from Jackson Olsen. Reminder, our buzzword tonight is sunshine. And as the Nanas dance and the Bananas take care of the trampoline, bring that thing exit stage left. Kyle Lewigs, please, sir, dabble with one of Annette's brownies, Josh's grandmother.
Wow. I actually, fun fact, I got to meet her last night. It was a treat and a half, which I'm sure like this will be. And she invited me to Madison. Now, I don't know where Madison is, but she said, she whispered in my ear as I gave her a hug after we took a picture together. She said, "Now, Kyle, you make your way on over to Madison now, you hear?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, Cam. I will be there just as soon as I can." So thank you so much for the hospitality and the brownie.
Josh, what do you think of Kyle's impersonation of your grandmother?
It's not the most spot-on, impression I've ever heard.
Wow! That's a good brownie.
I was wondering what you were wowing. I was flabbergasted by that. Yeah, it's that layer of chocolate on top. I continue to say that with everybody, but that thing will melt in your mouth,
it's
and
so decadent.
you will find yourself having eaten 8 brownies consecutively.
If I had a half a gallon of milk up here, I'd be missing ring dudes tonight.
Hey, Pico, come on, man, stay stay up, man.
No, don't drink that.
Don't
drink that.
That's paint, bro.
No.
Okay. All right. It looks so appetizing.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of having a little munch here, how about Jackson Mills? He's been excellent across 16 and 2/3 innings in the Florida Summer League thus far this season. And the sidewinder, 2 pitches is all he needs. Ryan Cox lifts that one into foul territory. It's going to be into the stands, not caught by a fan. Bounces safely into the lower level of the right field deck.
Everybody deserves to have one of those brownies in their life.
It's 10 out of 10. It's the combination of the crunch, the taste, the gooiness. It has literally everything you want from a brownie.
It's phenomenal.
And some nuts. So there's a little bit of texture there. It's not all soft.
I want nuts in my brownies so badly. I am furious when I do not have nuts in my brownies.
That's good to know. I didn't know that about you, Biko.
Irate.
Noted.
My palate has adjusted to them a lot. I wasn't a nuts and brownies guy growing up. Good play, Kai Hudson. He tells himself, maybe I could have gone behind the back there. I think he made the right decision. Close play with Ryan Cox over at first base, who is now 1 for 2 on the night.
And especially having to make that play a little off balance and make that throw cross body. It's a difficult way to try and make a trick play.
Bite my tongue. Ryan Cox is 2 for 3. I hadn't written in his infield single that walked off the 4th inning.
And here comes the red-hot Bananas catcher, Lil Baroy. I say Lil because he has a new leg kick, so he is no longer Bill in the clubhouse. He is Lil Baroy. And he's seen it really good and taking some ferocious hacks in the box that we like to see.
He was plunked his first time. Sends that one out to right center. Austin Brindling, nice running catch. Shades of Armando Becerra in center field.
It is Armando!
He just covered a whole lot of ground, made it look easy.
But nonetheless, another hammered ball by Lil, excuse me.
Yeah.
Not Bill. That one came in at 92 on TrackMan. I mean, that was destined for the gap. But our man in center field had other plans for it.
Yeah, pretty good route efficiency, wouldn't you say, Kyle?
I wish we had it so bad. I would put it at a strong 86. Maybe higher, 88. 88, we'll give it 88.
Alex Ziggy Ziegler bounces the bat ahead 1-0. By the way, Jackson Mills only throws sinkers and sliders. He was a Florida Collegiate Summer League All-Star last year as well. He's played with Chase Acuff. Chase said, quote unquote, he's a good dude. Thank you, Chase.
It's high praise.
Called him the wonder from down under.
I like that more.
Yeah.
You should have led with that.
He's an Orlando snapper, played with the Winter Park Diamond Dogs a summer ago. Now a 2-2 count on our back-tricking extraordinaire.
How about Ziggy nearly checking his swing with that bat? It's pretty impressive, man.
Guy's got forearms.
Just the strength he's worked up is 8 years of a machinist since his time at the California of Pennsylvania University. California University of Pennsylvania, I'll figure it out. Bouncer behind the back, Kai Hudson! Second trick play of the night. He has been an absolute delight to watch at shortstop. And that's the third trick play of the evening for the Florida League All-Stars, which is a challenger team high.
And it caps off a 2-minute and 47-second inning there from Jackson Mills. You talk about funky stuff out on the mound and quick work out there. That's what you like to see.
That sends us right to our wet and wild race. Bananas up by 3 points. The young professor running us through the gambit here. This is one that it's the second time we've ever done it, and I personally would like to be on the call with it. You guys okay? I hate to steal the shine from...
Go ahead, take it. You're missing it.
Yeah, from the young professor. Okay, we're off! Close call at first base. They are sprayed by the kids. Now chugging towards second. It's water balloon o'clock. They both have to get nailed by one. They get hit in the head. It's still neck and neck. Coming over to third. Gallons of water will be tossed on them. Oh no! Forward roll tumble. And it's going to be a win for our men. Producer, when we get the audio back. Second time this has happened tonight. Oh, we're back.
Now,
Kyle.
whenever you lose audio,
Yes.
do you keep talking?
Big time.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is that the right play to do?
It's just a force of habit.
right.
Well, the people are going to miss what we said because we said some darn good stuff there.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
we
was
were cold on
Pico's
the air.
funniest one-liner of the year. And
Nope.
the world has missed it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh. No one will know.
Andy told us a secret he's never told anybody before.
Yeah. Shocker. I would have never known that about the Big Tiger.
Me either.
I'm never saying it again. I'm going to the grave with it. Bill Leroy laying down, tries to get a strike called there. Nothing going from Vincent Chapman. Kyle, by the way, made a great joke, said that the field doesn't need any more water, or actually that it does need more water. That was kind of the joke part of it. Anyway, this one popped to the left side. Michael Deeb underneath it will make the catch to retire Dylan Brazel, who's 0 for 3 now on the evening. But the reason why I highlight that you said that is because I said the same thing when we did the Noah Bridges Little Mermaid celebration earlier.
Oh, yeah. I had to throw about 6 feet outside of the right-handed batter's box so they could get all that water out of there. I mean, it got a good reaction, and I'm assuming it's going to play well on socials. So, it's worth it. Our batter's box is dry more than it's wet, so.
Peter gets the outside corner to Austin Brinling at the top of the order. He's 0 for 3. Scored a run back in the first after he reached on an error. He's grounded out twice since then. And the count 1-2. Nolan Daniel throws an incredible two-seamer, a sinker. It's what the people in the business call a very heavy pitch.
It reminded me a lot of what you and Josh were displaying after we finished wrapping up shooting episode 4 of the Ripe Rundown.
Yesterday morning.
Can't really tell them apart. I can't believe that was yesterday morning.
Feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, that's wild to think about. But you guys were lighting it up. Could only wish that we could add TrackMan running.
The slider there from Nolan, the other part of his 3-pitch combo, throws a circle change as well, mostly just to lefties.
I'd still love some additional help with my mechanics if you ever have the time.
Yeah, I'll give you some. I would love to give Biko the opportunity to completely soak my uniform for the night in sweat too before we get going. That would be delightful. I'm upset that the game got rained out. I didn't get to wear you as long as I could have.
That one is strike 3, but Brindling is going to have first base as it's a pass ball on Bill Leroy. We've got the Dublin to Dublin, Georgia combo here. Bill actually caught Nolan Daniel in Mr. Leroy's senior year, Nolan's freshman year at West Lawrence High School.
Yeah, weird one there. I'm not sure what pitch that was, but just looks like it definitely caught the top of the zone at least. Oh, it was a breaking ball and just full-blown ejecto mitt. It's weird.
Clanged it.
I think he grabbed the wrong glove.
So Brindling aboard for the second time tonight. It's one of the more bizarre strike 3, you reach first base type of plays I've ever seen in my life. 1-1 count now on Michael Ballard, the second baseman, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Brindling looked like he had a great jump. Now he's going to retreat back to the bag.
He even reminds me of Armando.
Doesn't he?
They look alike. They kind of play alike.
He has 18 steals in 17 games this summer. Is that good?
I think so. I don't know. I'm new to the game.
I don't know. I watched this guy DR last summer.
Yeah. Tough to compete with 26 and 20. Bottom of the zone. Count now full on Ballard. And it's a strikeout. Throw to second. Not in time. And a glimpse at the great speed of the man transferring from North Florida to South Carolina.
It looks like we're going to get one more chance at the donut man himself. I was pretty happy with the outing for the most part outside that first inning, but man, did I really want to punch this guy out.
Cole Russo's been a tough cookie. He had the laser beam single off of you the first time, but then you got him on a pop out and a ground out, and Brindling has 2 steals for the price of 1 here in the top of the 8th. That is a Tyler Gillum type of player right there.
Yeah, really good stuff.
He was UNF's everyday center fielder this past spring, had one of the best seasons in school history as this one's rolled over to second. Danny Hosley fields it with his tuchus to home plate, flips it up and fires it to first for his 18th trick play of the tour.
That was one of the smoother things I've ever seen. And that's going to take us down into the bottom of the 8th as you're going to get one more look at it. I mean, he contorts his body in ways I've never seen before. But he also makes it look so cool at the same time. Split is up here in the booth.
Yeah.
We're going to do some yellow. I believe you're going to tease the ripe rundown, and I'm going to head down to the dugout to get ready for my ring duties. That's hard to say. Ring duties.
It is. Hey, you just teased the ripe rundown. Let's see it. Thanks for coming up, Kyle.
Today on the Ripe Rundown,
We look back at a record-breaking, jam-packed June.
celebrations exceeding expectations, multiple nations, and tons of congratulations. All that and more right now on the Ripe Rundown. Welcome into episode 4 of the Ripe Rundown. We are recapping all of June. This is Cowboy Kyle Lewigs. I am Biko Scala. It was a good month, huh, buddy?
Yeah, one of my favorite months so far, and it was purely based off of my performance. We played a game in Rompers, and I've yet to take it off.
Well, you were absolutely superb. We're going to get into that in the Banana Ball Brief. We kick things off in Nashville, Tennessee, where we are on the heels of the bedlam of Tulsa, Oklahoma that caused Banana Ball challenges to be instituted, and Mike Vivacis firing it off. Randy Voss letting him know that the challenge was successful. Zach Duke getting in on the action on night 1, and night 2, Barry Zito. Over 25 years of combined MLB experience between the two Southpaws. They were both superb. Nice double play there by Ryan Cox. And Barry blasting it from the third base box while the Bananas were blasting balls all over the park.
Yeah, one of the biggest barrel parties I've seen this tour on the Bananas, and I think we need to bring him along more often.
about the rally? It was a rally indeed. Barry went back to Savannah, and our good friends from the land down under, the Aussie Drop Bears, came into play.
And that is all you get from the Ripe Rundown for now, as Split has taken over the booth here. Appreciate you coming up in your jersey. Hey, he's watching the broadcast. Oh, you are chock full of antics, Mr. Split. Look at the chat. Going crazy here. We appreciate you all watching as we have struck the 10 p.m. and 4-minute mark here on Saturday night. Vinny DeRubius will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. Jason Chaffee, the new man on the mound. And Vinny not wasting any time getting to him. One hops the Savannah Redlegs sign out and left. That one 99 miles per hour off the bat. Oh, no, I'm sorry. If there's ever a time to throw my coordinating producer, Chad Reese, under the bus, this is not Jason Chaffee on the mound in the slightest. It is Leroy Tavares.
Let's hear it one time. Savannah. There we go. And then I hit a double. Let's go!
Well, we get to hear from the Italian Stallion. Now we get to hear from the Italian Rapscallion.
How about that? Scallion from Rapscallion. And I'll say this, Vinny getting the love. You're right, his family's in the stands tonight. And unlike D-Mac, hasn't gone yard yet, but fellas, if you remember what we ate last night, does it ring a bell at all? Maybe some tortellini, maybe some ragu. And it's fueling Vinny once again. What a day for Vinny. A couple T-Swift walk-ups, too. How you doing, Vinny? Way to put on a show with the family in the stands.
That was Chris Sachi, our video legend, fellow Italian from Connecticut, and now Leroy Tavares has the boys dancing. It's an 8-2-2. The pitch is flown into center field. Austin Brindling had his back turned to home plate, and he's not going to be able to run it down. Malachi Mitchell, the pinch runner, will stop at third and bridges up to second base on the E8.
That is one of the wackier series of events you will ever see. I mean, you have everybody coming in for that 8-2-2, and unfortunately, it will throw you off as a fielder. You love the effort getting back out there quickly to try and field the ball, but again, you're not angling out there in the outfield the way you normally would, and you're not able to come up with a catch there.
And it's going to be the second walk-off of the night for D.R. Meadows, his 16th of the tour. Nanners lead 5-1 as we head to the 9th. And it was a brief inning for Leroy Tavares, the pride of Snyder, Texas, a DeLand's son, out of Odessa College. And it's Taylor time once again at the plate, as our boys have seen sparks fly here. By the way, real quick on Leroy. He tore his labrum freshman year. It was spring of 2022 at Odessa. And this summer has been his first time pitching since then. So really cool that he gets to be back out there on the mound. And we didn't get a chance to flash his numbers up there. But in 7 1/3 innings, he has not given up a run. He's been superb returning to the bump.
I mean, he just continues to go out there and throw strikes out there on the mound. I mean, that's a lot of what we were seeing there. Unfortunately, the Bananas just able to do a good job batting and putting those balls in play.
The young professor letting everybody know here in historic Grayson Stadium, this is the final inning of the night, as the Florida League All-Stars will need to score 4 runs against Danny Hosley to send this thing to showdowns, 5 runs to possibly win it within 9 innings. And you get a look at how it works here. Danny Hosley, the new man on the mound. Split just ran into the wall, trying to leave the broadcaster. Now he's come back in to try and assault me. Just you ran into the wall. I know vision is not great in that suit, but I can't let that slide by the wayside. Oh, no. He's throwing floofies at me now. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
just classic slapstick humor, you know? It's like I'm watching a 1930s silent picture.
Oh, that is great stuff. We head to the top of the 9th inning. Danny Hosley, the best pitcher on this tour by far, takes over. Brooks Bryan pinch hitting here for Nelson Taylor and hacking at the heater from Haas. It's a 91-mile-an-hour offering. Danny, the 4-seam fastball, throw 2-seam every once in a blue moon. The Vulcan changeup is disgusting. You got to glance at it there. That was filthy. Right on time, and it'll work the 12-6 curveball in as well.
And these challengers are going to learn very early on that pitch mix is lethal, as that is a 3-strike punch-out for Danny Hosley. I mean, when you look at the numbers on the tour, of course, an ERA plus at 3.43 obviously stands out. But when you look at the challenger numbers alone, opponents are only batting a combined 118 off of the Bananas closer.
We'll have another pinch hitter here. Edward Cernach will pinch hit for Jesse De La Cruz. How apropos. The only reason why Edward is playing for the Orlando Snappers this summer is because his good friend Jesse called him, said, we've got a spot for you on the team. And he is 3 pitches and out of there.
Something is brewing here, and I can't bring myself to say it quite yet. I can't broadcasters jinx what Danny Hosley could accomplish in this 9th inning.
You may have already gone too far. We'll see, Josh. It's going to be Kai Hudson who stands in Hosley's way, and this is a very difficult man to strike out, although Hosley a third of the way there. Kai the shortstop, 1 for 3 on the day. And he grounds it fair down the third baseline. Diving stop, Jackson Olsen across the diamond, just in time. Sparkling play by Olsen. Finishes a 5-1 win for the Bananas over the Florida League All-Stars.
Unbelievable play from Jackson Olsen, getting Danny Hosley out of this inning and ending the game in 1 minute and 55 seconds.
Fan challenge.
We have a fan challenge.
Oh, okay, let's slap the Riedel headsets on. In the replays we were just able to see, I believe this is going to stand. But it's always good to take another gander. I like this fan saying, hey, I want some more banana ball tonight. We look at it again, and that looks like an out.
The call stands.
Wow, it was close, though. What a time to challenge.
I don't think there's enough evidence on this play to overturn that call. I'm not seeing it from any angle that says this should be overturned.
No, the call should stand there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Savannah Bananas have won tonight's game by a final score of 5-1. Thank you, Bananas Nation. We love you so much. My name is Shark. Right about now, it's time to send you to the man, the myth, the legend, Bill Leroy. Take it away, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, get those hands together one last time. Celebrating Bananas win. Myself, Bill Leroy. Up next, we have our wonderful coaches, Coach Adam Virant and Coach Tyler Gillum. And our amazing entertainers, fastest man in banana ball, Malachi Flash the Kid Mitchell. Our bad trickster, Mr. Alex Ziegler. The tallest man in sports, Dakota Albritton. And last but not least, our dancing first base coach, Maceo. And our pitchers and reserves, starting pitcher, Kyle Louise, Jared Donaldson, Christian Dearman, Connor Higgins, Nolan Daniel, Matt Malatesta, DJ the Invader, Zach Phillips, and Ryan Kellogg. Up next, the legend, my dear friend, number 3, Mr. Eric Jones. Up next, you know him and love him. Number 9, Savannah Bananas heartthrob, Mr. Noah Bridges. Call him maybe. The first baseman, the slugger, walking with the legend, Reginald Horton, Danny Oberst.
Can he balance it?
Closing out the 9th inning, number 18, Mr. Danny Hosley. Up next, our trick shortstop, our glove magician, number 6, Mr. Ryan Cox. Call him if you need help. Wearing number 5, the doctor, Mr. D.R. Meadows. Coming up singing his own song. Go download it on Spotify. Number 13, Mr. Dalton Malden. And roping the double off the left field wall, the Italian Stallion, number 41, Vinny DeRubius. With a few base hits tonight, coming to the mound, number 24, Mr. Dakota McFadden. The barrel man with all the grooves, number 7, Mr. Michael Vitamin D. And last but certainly not least, our social media star and greatest showman, number 8, Jackson Olsen.
Fans, let's hear it for your Savannah Bananas! Thank you all for staying with us tonight. The entire team, the cast, everyone will be outside in the plaza for the plaza party. But also, let's give a round of applause for the Florida All-Stars. The most trick plays by any challenger team that has played us all year. They were outstanding in banana ball. They'll be out in the plaza party. But thank you guys for staying with us. We love you so much, Banana Nation. Until next time, we're back in Banana Land. We'll see you soon.
All right, guys, we're ready for y'all, whatever.
Well, that was spot on from Mr. Jesse Cole, the man in the yellow tux, as we're back up in the broadcast booth. Biko Scala alongside Josh Chalevsky. The most trick plays ever from a challenger. The Florida Collegiate Summer League All-Stars absolutely put on a show, and hopefully we'll be able to grab a couple of them in the party plaza tonight.
I mean, yeah, it's unbelievable stuff what we saw from these guys. I mean, not only the trick plays, but you still saw some good offense. You saw some sparkling defensive plays. And most of all, you saw the guys have fun. I mean, you got an 8-2-2 out of the guys. You had some pretty fun walk-ups, even getting into something like the donut batter. It's really cool to see what could be a pipeline in the future for Banana Ball.
Could not agree more. I would wager some of the guys you saw out there will be Banana Ballers in the future. Let's jet on out of the broadcast booth because time is of the essence here. And although there's no daylight left, we still have a little broadcast action for you. And the Florida Leaguers currently still on the field, hanging out, shaking hands with the Bananas. We'll get down to the Party Plaza and be prepared for when they show face out at the after party. The Nanners win this one 5-1 as we exit the catwalk and get to the back end of the Shark Tank. Our dear friend Clayton Franklin. Oh yeah, there he is. Hey, oh, Clayton, look at that. Just throwing traps in here. Hey, how's it going? Yo, great to see you, Big Tiger. How's it going? Great, dude, great. Old Jordan Merritt, legendary banana right there before my time, although did come back to play a banana ball game that I happened to be broadcasting for. As you get another glimpse here, heading down the grandstand, Grayson Stadium currently uncoiling itself and fans filing out into the Party Plaza. The Florida Leaguers still out there hanging out with the Nanners. I can't help but think there are going to be a lot of players from this Florida League All-Star team that will bless us with their presence in Banana Land once again in the future.
I mean, you talk about just banana ball growing as a sport, and a lot of people really taking a big interest in it. As Vico, I think we're just going to call an audible and go down to the field, man. That's where you got the players at. And again, you talk about a pipeline for banana ball in this sport needing to grow. This is a great way for college guys who want to hit that professional level to really break into the ranks of banana ball, and I think it's going to be really exciting. I mean, you get to be a part of the trick plays. You get to play ball at a very high level, and most of all, you have fun.
No, could not agree more. I mean, you have guys here on this Florida Collegiate Summer League All-Star team who will be getting into affiliated ball. You have a lot of former affiliated talent on the Bananas and Party Animals side as well. Of course, Michael Deeb in the 2-hole tonight played in the White Sox organization. Eric Jones currently nursing a sore back and out for a couple nights. Normally occupying the 2-hole, has spent time in the Seattle Mariners and Minnesota Twins organizations. And of course, a host of guys who have played in independent professional pro ball and some really talented former college guys on both sides of this 2023 Banana Ball World Tour. And the talent here from the guys who are playing their summer ball in Central Florida, just absolutely exquisite. It's going to be really exciting to see how many of these cats will be playing banana ball in the future. I would say, of course, what comes to mind, Kai Hudson. He is tied the tour record for trick plays by a challenger player, ties Max Brennan of the Aussie Drop Bears with that number right there. And we continue to jet on in to the field. It is a soupy one out here, but we do have boys ready to rumble, and we will see. Oh, look at this menacing man, back-to-back nights that our guy Bryson Bloomer is seemingly trying to hunt split. Once again, you'll have to see that on the old Bryson Bloomer TikTok. It is an incredibly interesting trend we have going on there. And yeah, that is exactly the man that I want to talk to right here. We're live, Kai. Kai Hudson, dude, an absolutely phenomenal job tonight. 2 trick plays. I don't know if you know it, but that ties the record for a player in a challenger game. Max Brennan of the Australian Drop Bears, the only other guy to do it. How'd you make it happen, man?
Honestly, man, I was just like, in my mind, just go for it, you know? And if you mess up, you mess up. The only way you're going to do it is if you try it. And that's all everyone was telling me, just do it. And that's what happened, man. We put it on the show, and awesome time.
I mean, Kai, you guys had fun out here. You really put on a good show defensively, offensively. You saw some of the pitchers work really quick in this game. I mean, just tell me, what was it like acclimating to banana ball, starting to get a feel for a different sport?
Absolutely, man. The approach coming in was like I already knew it was a fast-paced game. So in my head, you couldn't really think too much, you know, just make it happen and go, you know, not too much thinking in this game. I tell you that right now. It's all just having fun and playing baseball. It's a great time.
So 11 innings of banana ball in the books. What are your thoughts on our young sport, man?
Oh, man, absolutely amazing atmosphere. Kudos to everybody here. Y'all do an amazing job, put it on for the fans. We had a great time coming in. Sadly, yesterday we got canceled, but I'm glad today we got to make this game through because I tell you, man, we had a great time, especially a lot of people being from Florida.
There is no doubt about that. A lot of Florida boys on the Banana side, and 8 out of your 11 starters tonight hailing from the Sunshine State as well. Do you see yourself possibly getting a little banana ball in your future as well?
Absolutely, man. Not even a question about that.
That's great stuff, Kai. I can't tell you how much we appreciate you coming here, having a blast with us, and putting on one of the greatest shows we've ever seen from a challenger.
I appreciate that, man. It means a lot. It means the world to me and the guys. Awesome experience. No doubt I'd be back again.
No doubt in Kai's mind. That's what I'm talking about, Big Tiger. Appreciate you, Kai. And we have another Florida College Summer League star right here. Unbelievable job as well. One of 3 trick plays tonight for the All-Stars here from the Florida League. How'd you make it happen, man? That was some fun stuff.
You know what? Like I said, going into this, we just wanted to have as much fun as possible. And I really, like I said, I feel like I had to try a trick play without a doubt. You know, you can't really do that in a normal game. Never had to, you know what I'm saying? But it was instincts, and, you know, went with it, and it ended up working out pretty well. And it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
I mean, you got to play in front of 4,000 people here in Grayson Stadium. I mean, a sold-out banana ball crowd. I mean, just tell me, when you think back on getting this experience, I mean, what are you going to think back on?
Just about how much fun we had, man. And I love the fans and how electric. Like I said, I was talking to some of my boys earlier. That was the most electric crowd I've ever played in front of. And it was so relaxing. And it was all about just having fun. And I can't thank y'all enough for just letting us come here and be able to do this with y'all. And, man, I'm telling you what, everybody's going to remember this experience forever on this team. I'll tell you that now.
Well, I asked Kai the same question, but Chase, do you think there's some banana ball in your future, buddy?
I sure hope so. I really do. I'm really interested, and I guess we'll see where things go. Like I said, I want to play ball as long as I possibly can. So if that's the chance, if I get a chance to play banana ball, I'm all in.
Well, best of luck on the rest of your summer in the Florida League, Chase, and can't wait for when you bless us with your presence again in Banana Land.
I really hope so. Thank y'all for having us. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank y'all.
There goes Chase Bruno, third baseman for the Florida Leaguers, and right on to it we get Leroy Tavares, who, Leroy, you were gung-ho about getting a little boogie on the mound. It wasn't a 3-2-2 because you were the 8th inning man. It was an 8-2-2 tonight, but that was a dance that you came here planning to do. How'd it go, man?
Man, it went pretty good. I was just like, I want to do something outside the box. Like, why not do it? So we just went out there and we were like, all right, boys, we got to execute this. And we went out there and we executed it. It was just something to remember forever, and it was a really good experience. So, yeah.
I mean, when you think about banana ball, obviously there are a couple adjustments you have to make as a pitcher. Obviously, strikes a little more imperative. You don't want the ball for a sprint. I mean, tell me what that adjustment was like for you guys as pitchers, kind of talking through that.
Honestly, like, I'm more of a fast-paced pitcher, so that was pretty good. Like, I like to get it done instead of waiting and just sitting there. But it was fun just getting out there and just doing whatever you can. No box, no nothing. You can move around. You can fake it. I mean, it was just a fun experience. Like it. It's nothing like it here. It's just, we don't see that back home in Texas for sure. I'll tell you that. But that was fun for sure.
Now, is there anything from Banana Ball that you think you can take back to Odessa and integrate into your baseball career?
That's a good question. Don't let them hit the ball, I guess, man, because they just went out there and just bang, bang, bang. But, I mean, probably just faster, just get out there in the mound, be focused. And, like, we had 4,000 people. We had maybe more than 4,000 people out here. Like, nothing else would bother me. Like, I go back to college, man, nobody's going to bother me. The other team can chat. Stands can chat. Like, it won't compare to none of this. I'll tell you that. So, yeah.
Well, listen, of course, you absolutely nail the choreographed boogie with your fielders behind you. You get a can of corn, but because Austin Brindling is in dancing with you, it's a very tough play for him to go get it. You know, you probably have a very different inning if that ball ends up in the mitt, but I can't tell you how much we appreciate you coming in here with the drive to get the dance going and performing as well. And before you go, oh my goodness, you have to try one of Annette's brownies. These are made by Josh's grandmother, and we would love a rating out of 10. Yes.
Yeah, my sister's name Annette too. Shout out, sister.
Shout out Leroy's sister, Annette. Let's see what's going on with the brownie, my dear man. Yep. Give it a good chew. Really think. Let the taste marinate. Okay, yeah. Okay.
That's gas. That's good.
That's gas.
That's money. 10. Out of 10. 10. That's money. That's perfect. I love it. Yeah, that was really good.
I mean, the perfect game just continues to roll on for her. It's unbelievable.
Leroy, I can't thank you enough for joining us on the post-game show and just absolutely putting on a great show out there on the mound as well. Hope to see you back in Banana Land soon.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be glad to be back because it was an amazing experience, and they take me in, they take me in. I'll be here again one day, for sure.
Thank you so much, Leroy. Absolute rock star. The absolute, the guests just keep on getting better and better. Come on now, Chase Acuff, pop in here, buddy. Former Florida leaguer, a man who's a pride of the Sunshine State as well. You had played with a bunch of these guys in the past, both in the Florida League and actually at Eckerd as well, when you throw Michael Ballard in there as well. How cool is it to see them in action these past 2 nights?
I mean, it was awesome. The buy-in from the Florida League guys, you could tell they were just here to have fun, and we're talking about hitting trick plays before the game, and they did. They showed out. I mean, I think our shortstop, 2 trick plays on the night. I mean, let's go. A first challenger to do 2 trick plays in a game as a player? No?
Max Brennan of the Aussie Drop Bears. So there are 2 of them.
Another great player. That's good company. That's good company. Max Brennan, absolute stud. I mean, it was a pleasure having him around, too, so.
Well, and then thanks to Chase Bruno over at third base, it's 3 trick plays in total. So the first team and as a challenger to ever have 3 trick plays in a game. Incredible buy-in from the players from your former league.
Absolutely. I mean, I actually never played in the Florida League. I'm sorry to say that, Biko.
You got to say it.
But never played in the Florida League. Spent some time in Winter Park, Orlando. Watched a lot of the Florida League games. We would go out to all the stadiums. My roommate played last year. One of my best friends, Ryan Moore, was the GM of the Dogs last year, the Diamond Dogs, who won the league. Shout out Ryan Moore. I mean, the Florida League's great. Got great talent. I mean, you got a lot of guys from Florida who've grown up in Florida, and they just want to stay at home and play for their hometown cities. And then, I mean, you've had a lot of great names. I mean, Dylan Cruz, one of them. You might see his name tomorrow night. He's a former Florida leaguer, so, I mean, their future's bright for them.
I mean, you got to be here. You observed both games from these guys. And when you think of the level of play, just the high caliber of these guys, I mean, what's the biggest takeaway from that standpoint?
I mean, they came in. Like, I was down here yesterday listening to them after at-bats. I mean, it's a normal baseball game for them. It took a little bit of adapting, which with every team in Banana Ball it does. But, I mean, just their mentality coming into this was so much different than some of the other challenger teams, and you could really see a difference on the field. So
I can't tell you how much we appreciate you popping on the post-game show with us, Chase.
Anytime.
Fired up to see you back in action in Kannapolis on Tuesday night as the incredible shortstop of the Party Animals and pride of the Sunshine State, Mr. Chase Acuff.
Tell the world, the Party Animals are coming. Just know. Party Animals, we had some down games in June. It wasn't our month, but July's our month.
Classic Party Animal move right there. That is right out of, no brownies for Chase, though. Watching your figure?
Yeah, watching my figure. I mean, probably should eat some brownies, not gonna lie, but never been a big like chocolate or brownie guy. So all my real ones know I'm a vanilla guy. So
appreciate you, Chase. You're a rock star, dude.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
There goes Chase Acuff, shortstop for the Party Animals, and the parade of guests continues on here. Yeah, let's get it rumbling. Chad, our coordinating producer, just absolutely going crazy here behind us, trying to make things happen, you know. Yeah, he's coming. That's okay. So we'll just keep on coming. Another Florida leaguer will be on his way once he's done signing autographs, which is the fans' first thing to do. You love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool just to see how bought in these guys have been. And I know that we're going to see all these guys out in the plaza signing autographs, having a great time with all of the kids, the adults who showed up to watch them play. I mean, this was seriously one of the coolest Challenger series that we've ever had in Banana Ball.
Yeah, could not agree more there, Mr. Josh. The Nanners take down the Florida College Summer League All-Stars 5-1. An excellent showing from the collegiate guys, and this was a big part of it. Nelson Taylor in center field last night, extra hitting this evening. So cool to get to see you out there on the field. What were your thoughts on your first Banana Ball experience?
I mean, it was awesome. I just came out here to entertain and have as much fun as we can with the collegiate league, and that's what we did. We just came to entertain and come together and just bear in with and just have as much fun as we can, man. Just have fun.
I mean, when you look back, you got to come out here and play with a bunch of other talented guys. I mean, what was it like having you all come together and learn this sport of Banana Ball and just buy into it?
Yeah, it was hard because we just kind of got pulled into this thing. We didn't know what we were getting ourselves into, but it was a lot of fun, and it was it was hard to get to learn what we were actually doing, but we got the hang of it quick. I mean, we didn't come out on top tonight, but we all had fun, and it was an awesome experience to get to see what they're doing out here, and it was awesome.
Well, it was a great showing from you guys. Of course, you're leading 1-0 last night when the rain washes the game away, and we're leading after the first inning tonight here as well. I want to ask you about what the atmosphere is like, because I'm sure it wasn't like a whole lot of venues you were at playing for Polk State.
Right. It was a lot louder than what you hear at Polk State, and it was just electric, man. The fans and everything. It was amazing. I think it was a great experience for everybody to be a part of this.
Well, you have a very bright future ahead of you, Nelson, whether it's at FSU or an affiliated ball. We hope to hear your name called here, and can't tell you how much we appreciate you having some fun with us a couple days before the draft.
Yes, thank you for having us out here. It was awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Nelson. That is Nelson Taylor, who's in center field last night. Extra hitter tonight, and the cascading list of guests gets crazier here. Tyler Gillum, head coach of the Savannah Bananas, and this is now your 5th year at the helm of the squad, and 4 of those were with the collegiate summer team. You won 2 championships, so you know just about as much as anybody in the world what college summer ball is about. How cool is it to see these guys come in and just be 100% bought in from the get-go?
Yeah, right out the gate, these guys showed up trying to do trick plays in BP. They were taking ground balls with Ryan Cox before this game today, and as soon as they came out and saw him doing a bunch of trick plays, it kind of light bulb went off, and you saw them do it in the game. So they practiced it during BP, and then you came out in the game and they executed it. They had the most trick plays that we've seen from a challenger, so it was pretty cool. They were all bought in.
So was there anything, like what specifically from this team stands out to you when you look back at just how well they played in this ball game?
Well, one, these guys are young, but they're all bought in. And so, like, this is going to be the next wave of banana ball players as banana ball keeps growing. If we add more teams,
wink, wink.
We'll see what happens in the future, you know. But every one of these guys said, hey, this is the most fun I've ever had on a baseball field. Doing the trick plays is awesome. They were like, the fans are electric. The entertainment was electric. Everybody was so happy to be here. It's a cool experience for them. You know, most summer collegiate teams, you know, their all-star games might not be as cool, and they got to come up here and be a part of Banana Land and get this experience, and all those guys were just so thankful, so it was cool.
There was an insane amount of talent on this Florida League all-star team, but towards the end of the ball game, there was someone who stood out as a Tyler Gillum player to me. Austin Brindling gets on base, steals second, and immediately steals third. Looks like a possible disciple of the Green Light Special right there.
Green Light Special, baby. That dude was all over the place. I was eyeballing him the whole time. He played hard. I really enjoyed watching him. He was a guy that we kind of circled and said, hey, let's see what this guy looks like in the future, and we had a couple infielders, too, as well, that really stood out. And special group. They've got some guys that might get their name called in the draft this coming week, you know, in the MLB draft. So they're a very talented group, and we'll be keeping our eye on them for future banana ball players.
So yeah, we've been asking a lot of people around Banana Land trying to figure out like what specifically people are looking for in this future generation of banana ball players. So from that coach's standpoint, what specifically are some of the things you guys want to see?
Yeah, I always talk about you got to be talented, no brainer right out the gate, right? You got to have some talent. Outgoing's always one guy that's not scared to karaoke or get out and dance, you know, and sometimes we can break them out of their shell once they get into this environment. But guys that are selfless, guys that will take 30, 45 minutes and sign autographs for players, right? Guys that will buy in and step out of their comfort zone, and it's all about impacting people and impacting fans and just trying to get better every day. So we always love guys that are hardworking, that love to be at the ball field all day, because you know what we ask these guys to do is a lot. They're here for it's a long day, and they're prepared. They're professionals in every single shape and form. So that's the kind of what we're looking for. That toughness, talent, hardworking, selfless, and outgoing. Those are the criteria.
Kids at home, I hope you were taking notes there. Luckily, on YouTube, you can always rewind, and this thing will live on YouTube forever because that was a masterclass in what Tyler Gillum and company are looking for from future banana ballers. I can't thank you enough for spending some time with us, blessing us with your knowledge, and managing such an incredible team over there.
You guys are the best. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Oh, give me some.
Oh, little brownie action. And before you leave, I need a bite and a rating out of 10 of Annette's brownies. This is Josh's grandmother. Baked these and baked them with love. And they are, yeah.
I met your grandma last night. Phenomenal human.
Yes.
We're going 10.3, baby, 10.3.
Scale. Highest rating of the night.
Boom, baby.
There goes Tyler Gillum, head coach of the Nanners for the past 5 years, and what a gem he is. I mean, the thing is, that is the person you want at the helm alongside Adam Virant. He is such an incredibly smart baseball mind. And, at South Mountain Community College and in Texas and in South Carolina, coaching college summer ball before he joined us in Bananaland and the Cape Cod League as well. I mean, this is a guy who has been at every single coaching conference in the country times 10 and is just an absolute grinder out there. His dream is to positively impact over 1 million people. I think he's probably already done that, and he should set his sights on 1 billion at this point.
And I mean, not only is he impacting fans, of course, but you talk about the future of banana ball. He is clearly going to impact so many banana ball players, really teach them the right culture and style of play out there on the field. And I think that's what also just makes him the right leader at the helm for the Bananas and banana ball.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, before we shut this thing down, Josh, we did not make it out to the party plaza, but that's okay. The magic was right here in foul territory off the left field side, and it is time to give away not one, but 2 pairs of Hokas! 2 pairs of Hokas. That's right, Josh. You nailed it, man. Our winners tonight. Drum roll, please. Teague Hinkle, that is Teague Hinkle. I hope I'm pronouncing your first name correct. And Amanda Schulte. Teague Hinkle and Amanda Schulte, congratulations on winning our 2 pairs of Hokas! 2 pairs of Hokas tonight. And before we shut this thing down, a reminder, our next broadcast will be Tuesday night in Kannapolis, North Carolina. It'll be back-to-back games there, and then we ship over to Durham, North Carolina, for a little Friday and Saturday night affair before we come back for another Challenger game against the Charleston Dirty Birds and head to the West Coast all the way over to California. The tour is at an absolutely torrid pace at this point. Another thank you to the Florida College Summer Collegiate All-Stars. They were superb. Time to shout out our cast and crew because this does not happen without them. Our director, Chris Haynes, and technical director, Griffin Ellis, calling the shots and making them happen in the control room. The absolute best in the business. You guys are geniuses and superstars in every definition of the words. On audio, on the ones and the twos, Katie, thank you so much. Katie, you are a rock star. I was going to say Katie Duke, but I don't want... Oh, I was right, Katie Duke. That's what I'm talking about. I'm starting to figure this thing out. Katie Duke, you rock. On the scorebug tonight, it was Kwanzi, one name. That is all you get. That is all you need. On graphics, it was Dakota Burnshead. And on stats, it was Mikey O'Connor tonight. That is the 3-headed monster, a scary one if anybody would like to try and create a better graphics team, because it's not going to be possible. On the replay tonight, Jalen, you see it once, you're going to see it twice. Johnson, as good as they come, flipping that thing around and showing you everything you need to see. A second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, whatever it is, Jalen is going to do it for you. Down here on the field, across the diamond, it was Emerson Elmgren on the third base camera, the Iron Horse of BTV. And over at third base, it was Jackson Hamilton, who did an excellent job of avoiding Jackson Olsen on a great foul ball tonight. Terrific work from Emerson and Jackson tonight. You guys are incredible. Our high home cameraman up in the Shark Tank is Clayton Franklin. Almost graced us with his presence on the broadcast there, but more so really just to yell at us not to kick around his camera. Understandable, Clayton. On low home, it was Keegan Woods tonight. That guy can be anywhere, and he will absolutely kill it. On wireless, Henry Campbell. That's what I'm talking about, Henry. So happy to have you back in the BTV world. Once again, what I said for Keegan, it works for you as well, my dear man. On the fan cam, Taylor Finneran popping all around the stadium. That will be my roommate in Durham. Can't wait for it, Taylor. We're going to party, buddy. On utility, it was Nick Keldy. That is DJ Squints for everybody keeping track at home. Once again, another guy who can be anywhere and will murder the job. Our moderators, Scott Thompson and Colbite_ in the chat. We could not do this thing without you. Thank you so much to everybody who watched and were hanging out and being so kind and funny with Scott and Colbite_ because it is a really fun community in there. Josh Talevsky, you're incredible as per usual. Thank you so much for being yourself and for bringing your grandmother's brownies.
Oh, Captain, my captain, you continue to masterfully chart our 7 C's on the broadcast. Good work.
Wow, I don't know how I follow that up. That was truly incredible. For our coordinating producer of BTV, Chad Reese, the most gorgeous head of hair, not just in this hemisphere, but the other 3 as well. Chad, you are a superstar, running all over the place, getting us tons of guests here on the post-game show, and of course, running the show like nobody else could. Thank you so much to Cowboy, Kyle Lewigs, Zach Frangelo, our director of entertainment, Chase Acuff, for all popping on the broadcast tonight. Thank you to Jackson Olson for getting mic'd up, as well as Jesse Cole for popping on, and alongside Jesse, Emily, and Carrie Cole, Jared Orton, all 4 of them are executive producers of BTV. It absolutely takes an army. Thank you to Kai, to Chase, to Tyler Gillum. Oh my gosh.
Nelson Taylor.
Thank you, Nelson Taylor, Kai Hudson, Chase Bruno, Nelson Taylor, Tyler Gillum, Chase Acuff. Kidding me? What a post-game show. Possibly the best of all time. Legendary, as Reginald Horton would say.
Absolutely loaded.
Yeah, that's a fact. I am Beacom Scala saying so long for now. We've got to wrap this thing up at some point. We will see you in Kannapolis on Tuesday night. Nanners win this one 5-1. Once again, a thank you to the Florida Collegiate Summer League All-Stars, an absolutely stupendous challenger. Can't wait to see a bunch of these guys in banana ball, affiliated ball, pro ball, wherever they end up. They were really terrific and rocked the heck out of historic Raced Stadium. We'll catch you in Kannapolis on Tuesday night, Eastern Time Zone, 7 p.m. first pitch, 6:30 pregame. We'll catch you there. And of course, we'll